and then we'll get into it.
Okie dokie. So, we started back in the middle of the fight with the orcs and hobgoblins. And nothing eventful in the battle except, Kite almost dying. But who saved Kite? I think it was Copper who stabilized.
It was Copper.
It was. And after that, I think Kite and Win followed some tracks that they found in the middle of the woods. And that led them to, I think it was an orc that was trying to kidnap a woman named Melody. And they were able to save it by scaring the orc away. And they found a bunch of stuff in the caravan that the orc stuffed Melody in. So yeah, that happened. So then they came back, and what's his name? Our partner, our Shock, was very happy that we found Melody. And after that, we decided to rush in the middle of the night to Char, because we couldn't get another hit. Like, if they attacked while we tried to rest again, I don't think we would have survived. So we just drove in the middle of the night and got there safely. And we noticed that the moment we arrived in town, everyone was pretty much starving, and no caravan was around. Like, no caravan came for like months, so they had no supplies. So even though it was like middle of the night, they opened the market just for the food that we had. What happened? We went to the inn, or which inn? The Wood something? Maplewood Inn?
Maplewood, yeah.
Yeah. While we were in the Maplewood Inn, we chose a name for the team. Well, Copper chose the name for the team, which is the Contractors.
Greatest name.
I don't think I did. I don't think I actually chose.
Well, you said the name, and everybody was like, "Yeah, all right, whatever."
It was a team decision, I'd say. I heavily influenced by
how
Copper.
it was just like Copper's. It's his fault.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Copper. We're a team, so yeah, sure. And we go to sleep. But before that, I believe Forful did a little bit of juggling and drank with some of the guards, and got buddy with the guards and drunk people. So that's nice. And nothing much happened. The day after, we decided to go to the market to sell whatever we got from the hobgoblins. And after we sold that, what happened? Oh yeah, I think it was Kite and Copper went to buy a diamond, and only Kite came back. Copper went there to get a discount on the diamond, and got pretty much stuck with the jeweler. And everyone else did just a bunch of things that they needed to do, and we decided to go talk to the mayor after that. After which told us that for every hero of Hobgoblin we would get a gold, I believe it is. So that's something. And after all that was done, we went back to the inn, and we got approached by Father, how is it pronounced? Deval?
That was who was that? That was
Deval, the Lord Blackwater.
Yeah.
Is it Gregory?
It was Gregory Deval.
Yeah.
He was more of a knight than well, no, he was a priest, that's true. So yeah, maybe Father Deval as well.
Because I remember he was introduced as Father Deval, so that's why I wrote it like that. So who told us that Lord Blackwater had a job for us. And that was it for that day. We went to sleep, but we got awoken in the middle of the night by shouts, and I think it was somebody got awakened by one of the people who worked at the inn, told us that something happened at the nearby farm, and we were going there, apparently.
Yeah, we rushed to
And
help.
that's about. Yeah, and that's.
All right.
I think that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what had happened. So it is 1 a.m. in the morning, I believe, right now. It's very late, unless it was in the night when the yelling happened, right? Or am I going crazy?
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was in the middle
That's
of
what
the
he
night.
said.
All right. So yeah, you had approached the gate, and the guards had told you that the farm they're talking about is probably maybe 2 miles down the road, a couple of miles. So the group was going to move as quickly as they could to get there. Is that right?
Yep.
All right.
Yes,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
the point.
All right. Is
We don't
anyone?
have much time to spare.
Yeah. Is anyone trying to do anything before you leave?
Just real quick, sorry to clarify, is that we were asleep, and then around 12:30 or whatever, someone from the inn came and woke us up, and said there's some problem happening at this farm.
Well, at the
Something
front
is
gate.
going on.
They said there was a
Okay.
commotion at the front gate. Then you ran there, and there was a guard who, basically, there was a kid passed out, and the guard said, this kid had come in from the farm, and he's saying that his parents were still there, and the farm was under attack.
Great, that makes more sense. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the group is heading out down the road, looking for this farm.
And just one comment, Win, you did have a long rest because this is a second night. We already had a full night rest before.
Yes.
Woohoo! I was going to say, oh no, not another disturbed long rest.
Yeah, I mean, the long rest
Oh, we
is...
should all be good.
Yeah, I mean, the long rest is being disturbed, but technically, yesterday you didn't do much fighting, so you only would have used the resources used on the social events.
Great.
All right. So
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. You are headed down the road. It's extremely dark out. As you go, you would see... Are you trying to rush there, or are you just moving briskly? Like, do you want to...
I think we should rush there.
I think
Yeah.
I still have the map that I was using to make the list for.
The list? Remind me what that is.
The mayor gave us a map because there was bandit attacks at the farms around, so I asked for a map of the area to, I just have a look at it.
Yeah, so you have a map of of this area. Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so...
I think we should rush here.
All right, so you're rushing towards the place. As you get farther down the road, moving quickly, you do see smoke in the distance. Do you want to keep rushing?
I think so.
Don't see why not.
Unless we have
How far away?
Okay.
What is in the distance?
There's too many trees, it's hard to say. The area you're in right now is plains and trees, and you're kind of moving through a wooded area.
All right.
Can we get to the edge
we have
of the wooded area and then look at the farm? Is that like a quick scope and then kind of go in?
Yeah.
I guess let's get to exactly what you said. Let's get to the place where we can actually see the farm.
Yeah, I think it's get to some sort of...
Hold up there for a second before we go in.
Yeah, I think we would sort of want to get eyes on or bead on what we're running into and seeing what's going on before we just ran there.
Yeah.
Like any dragons around or liches.
Looking for those liches, sure. So...
Come on, smoke. Everybody knows liches use smoke and fire.
Liches burn down the farms.
Remo.
Just give me one moment to do something here. Alright.
And don't forget, we want to take their ears.
man. Was it
Funny.
left one or right one?
I believe it was the left one.
Yeah.
That would be an expensive mistake.
Why do we want to take ears?
They
For-
pay
Just
one
one
gold
gold.
for each.
Pay us for every left ear we bring her.
Okay, so she'll pay us for every left ear we bring her from anything?
From like orcs
Hobgoblins and
and
orcs.
Yeah.
Okay.
goblins and stuff that are trying to mess up the town.
Oh, no rabbits.
Yeah, not farmers.
I was looking at you guys.
Yeah. For a couple
Jordan's
bucks.
Yeah, here a couple
Well-
bucks. I'll take an ear.
Warforged don't have ears,
Yeah, that's true.
Ah, that's a good point.
so we're not worth
Right,
them
then
very
we
much
can-
at all. Or is
Yes, you are. Don't tell yourself that. You're worth a lot.
Exactly. All right. So as you get closer, you kind of hit the tree line. So here, let me give you a view of the map. You should see darkness right now, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mhm.
So,
Did I open my eyes though?
yeah. Well, you'll see in a moment. I just need to drag you on. So. You would be coming in at the left of the map. Why is Roll20 being weird? Come on. Alright.
Unrolled.
Sorry, give me 1 sec. It's freezing up a little. It is dark out, so some of you might not see yet, but this is the area you're coming into.
But we should be able to see at least our tokens, right?
Yes, but
That I don't even see those. Oh, yeah, finally.
alright,
There we
so why is okay, sorry, let me fix Yorn's token really quick. So you
What's wrong with mine?
you don't have your HP or your AC on it.
Weird.
I'll try to set that up real quick. And I'll give you sight. What do you have night vision?
Nope.
Okay, so then that's right. Now I'm going to save that so I don't have to keep doing this.
Humans don't have night vision, right? Yorn.
Not generally,
Oh,
but
I
they
didn't play no.
sometimes can.
Right. Right, Yorn?
I'm a human with no night vision.
And I think
Yeah, that's normal.
Foreful. For some
do
reason,
not.
it didn't save your token either.
Oh.
So, as we're here, Wynn looks around to his left and his right to see his comrades and remembers that, okay, Fortful is a Minotaur, and
Fighter.
Yorn is a human.
Hey,
cop.
so out of game, he's not actually a human, but I think he thinks he's a human. We're going
Yeah.
with it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I was
That's
trying to
what-
remember.
yeah, yeah.
Thank
That
you.
was really
Yeah.
played upon last time, that he was like
Okay.
telling everyone he was a human.
Gotcha.
I
Thank
am
you.
a human. 100%.
He's
Now I
100%
remember.
a human.
Look at his avatar.
It
It's
is
clearly a
his
human.
photo
Human
is
face.
clearly-
Well, that's why I was confused
Maybe
because
he
I was like,
has
hold on,
weird
I thought he was a
armor on.
Warforged.
Don't judge me.
Honestly, it took me a long time last time to understand that too. And I got it.
Good. Because Copper's also a Warforged.
Okay.
I absolutely embrace my nature.
You embrace your Warforgedness.
Absolutely.
Alright, I made
Thank you.
Foreful a token. So
Sweet.
henceforth,
Cool.
you will be this instead of that.
Hands for full.
Henceforth. Alright, so for full. It's annoying because I thought I did all this. I don't know why I didn't save it. So HP and AC.
It's okay. We know to blame everything on Roll20.
Yeah, it's all. Yeah, exactly. It's Roll20's fault. Do you have night vision, Foreful?
I do not.
All right. So there you go. You should be all set, and that will save for next time, hopefully. All right. So as you run in, do you have any light sources out? I guess Copper does.
We wait?
Lantern.
Would that like give us away?
You would see there are some hobgoblins at the edge of your vision who kind of turn as you come running through the trees, and one of them is going to yell out. Give me initiative rolls.
There goes the surprise.
Oh, it's better not to be. It's better not to surprise them than not to see anything.
I agree. And at least we're not
Can't
being
see my
surprised.
token. I don't know if you guys can. Or...
Yeah, make sure you select your token before you roll initiative, or else it won't count it.
Oh crap! I didn't do that. It's one of those weird, annoying quirks.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I clicked it a couple of times. Just doesn't go.
Oh, there may have been a server interruption because I just got a note.
Yeah,
I'll
that,
reload.
Yeah, and I'm reloading right now.
Yeah, you might have to
Yeah, I'll do
reload
that.
and set your tokens again, unfortunately.
Roll 20.
Yeah, exactly. Roll 20. Come on, roll 20.
Seriously.
It actually,
Come on!
these last few games, it actually has been kind of finicky.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they just have more people or what's going on, because it seems like the server connection has been kind of off and on.
Sorry, Kite. You have a +7 to initiative,
Yes.
and you got a 1.
Yep.
All right. Well, the bad rolls are over for you.
Thanks.
They-
roll
well,
20.
If you played halfling, you wouldn't have an 8. Just saying.
Not loading for me at all.
I'm still trying to load in.
Alright.
Ogre. Uh-oh.
That's Ogre.
Ah, okay, never mind. It's just the name of one of the...
Yeah.
What do you mean, ogre?
Senor Ogre.
Oh.
Ogre, I hardly know her.
Wah, wah.
I know, right? I'm...
You
don't
must
have
be
to
a
laugh.
Warforged. You just gave yourself up.
Gotcha. But
Alright, you guys get back in or still having issues?
What are we missing on the
Trying.
initiative? I think we're missing guys. No.
No, there's definitely an
Copper?
issue because one of my accounts can't scroll the map, the Twitch one, so it's definitely being iffy.
I can't load in right now.
I opened Roll20 in a new tab and just started the game again instead of just refreshing.
Yeah, I might have to try doing that because I'm having a lot of issues right now, at least with my one. Which is weird because it seems like my DM account's okay, but my other one is having issues. Yeah, try, if the reload hasn't worked, try closing out and maybe re-entering.
There we go. I think it's working. Loading in. Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
can
looks
see.
like I'm loading
all
it
this
again.
stuff.
That must have been a server thing then, a little hiccup.
I think it's back up. Yeah.
Real quick, do we know the name of this farm or the family?
I don't think you asked.
Okay.
Hey, you didn't ask last week when I don't know why.
Boy was unconscious.
Do we not have
Yeah.
Yeah, the kid was unconscious and the guards were kind of
Right,
freaking out.
right.
Yeah.
Alright. So,
Okay.
as the hobgoblins are kind of yelling out, you hear probably what are more footsteps in the darkness. But the first one to go is an unseen enemy who you would hear roar and charge forward.
Does anyone see anything? Like outside the radius of the light? I don't see anything, so that's why I just...
Nope, I just see green and black.
Oh, I see that. I see that. I see that.
So you see something kind of running up, and you see movement in the shadows back here. Over here. So that is it for that enemy. Yorn. Actually, I'll give you a picture now that you can see it.
Yay. Show me what we're dealing with.
Show and tell. So does anyone have nature knowledge?
Do I? I think not yet. I think I'm gonna get it next level at level 4.
No.
At the moment, no. Nope.
Okay. So you just see a very large creature that stands at about 10 feet tall and looks like it's almost just as wide, with a huge tree trunk charging towards the group.
Perfect. Bring it!
Yorn, what are you doing?
Do I know how many HP it has by any chance?
Do you have medicine?
Yes.
Sure. Let me give that to you. I was trying to get a picture of the hobgoblins up, but it has...
Hobgoblin.
It has this many.
Okay. I'm gonna use my item interaction to pull out from my trusty belt one of the vials, acid flasks, acid vials that I've crafted yesterday.
Music is...
And I am going to catapult it on this. Wait, do I need to get closer to get? Does it has? Because I can barely see him. Do I need to get
link
closer?
the spell. I think you just need line of sight, and that's a dex save, right?
Yeah, it is a dex save. Yeah, but I need line of sight to that. The spell, it's right here. Yeah.
So you have cover from the trees.
Yeah, that's why I want to move.
Yeah, so you just need to be within 60 feet to do the spell.
Okay. And I am gonna use catapult, so I need dex save.
Alright, so the ogre...
in this direction like this. So if there's anything behind, I can't see.
Not within 60 feet. So the ogre is like, as this thing comes flying at him. He will indeed attempt to dodge it, but he only rolls an 11, so it would strike him.
So you would take the damage of the catapult and the damage of the acid flask as well? Or...
yeah, do you want to link the acid flask?
Well, acid flask is, I believe it's 3D... How much? Let me check. I think it's in the...
I could look into it if you don't have the information.
Yeah. No, I don't have it right there. I don't have it on me right now.
Is it called acid flask?
Acid vial, I believe it is. It's a vial.
Acid vial?
Yeah. It's 2d6 of acid damage.
Yep. Unhit, the target takes 2d6 acid damage. Alright, so yeah, give me 2d6. As it shatters, doing another 9 acid damage. The creature looks very upset at you. Ow! Yeah. Anything else?
Yes. I'm gonna walk back, because now I know he's probably pissed. Yep.
Alright.
That's it.
Win.
The Win will step forward from the trees to see that he can gauge how far away this creature is, and then will speak. Toll the dead. I'll point at him, and I'll suddenly hear a big bell in the air.
Alright, so he will will try to resist with his wisdom save. He rolls a 0, and it would affect him. So how much does he take?
Since he already has taken some damage, it'll be a D12.
Alright, so he takes 3 points of necrotic damage as he is withered a bit. Oh, magic! Smash caster! He yells in common. Anything else, Win?
I have 5 more feet of movement, so I will just step back here. Back a little bit into the bushes.
Alright, Kite. Or Kit.
Okay.
So you would see the ogre is charging forward and the hobgoblins are going for their bows.
Ooh, I don't see.
Okay.
Or maybe, actually, what would you see? Let me see.
We don't see the hobgoblins.
So you actually would not see the hobgoblins, and you just see the ogre charging.
Okay. It's time for Silent Illusion. Silent Image.
Here.
I'm going to cast Silent Image. I need to get the thing. Oh.
So I'm going to say one of them has a torch, because they were, even though they can see in the dark,
Okay.
they can't see as well.
Okay, and I'm
You
going to
see
make
that
a big bottomless pit appear between Yorn and the ogre.
Alright, so suddenly a hole appears in the ground. Unfortunately, it doesn't make much noise, but yeah, now there's a big hole.
Yeah. And then I'm going to move back here to try and get out of line of sight.
Okay.
Alright, and then you back up. The hobgoblins go. So this guy is going to
Come on.
use his item interaction to snuff the torch. These other guys are going to pull out their bows and take shots at the group at advantage.
Even if we're in the bushes?
We're in the trees.
Well, you have cover, but they can still see you. So your AC is greater, but they have a better chance of hitting you. So I'll say 4 full. You look like a big angry minotaur. 2 of them are going to shoot at you,
Yeah.
and 1 of them is going to go for win. So 2 shots. The longbow at advantage. So currently, because of cover, your AC is buffed by 2.
Okay.
What do you have again? You have a shield and a sword?
My AC is 18 right now. Email. And then with the cover, it'll be 20.
But I mean, you have a the chainmail is a 16, so you have a shield out as well.
Right. And the hand axe, yeah.
Gotcha.
Or
Okay.
battle axe.
All right. So 2 shots at you, and 1 at your ally. The first one would get exactly a 20 versus AC.
I'll allow it.
So you try to get your shield up, but it kind of clips past it and nicks you in the shoulder for 5 piercing. The second arrow that is fired at you would get stuck in the tree over here. And the third arrow on Win is a crit.
What?
Yeah.
Because my armor class would be 21.
Yes, but he rolled a crit. Natural 20 would always hit. And he got a 23 with the crit. So that would be not that bad. Only 13 points of damage.
Okay.
And they are getting ready to fire again, but that is it for them. Copper.
Let me see. If I have a pouch of something, or can I use item interaction to just get it out? I have a,
What is it?
I have a pouch of ball bearings. I want to get out one ball bearing.
I mean, I could say that you have it on your belt pouch if you want. It's small.
I have it. I just have it for this particular reason.
So that would be your item interaction.
Yes, then I will cast light on this ball bearing, and I will throw it as far forward as I can.
Give me a... what would be the range of a ball bearing? I'll say you could probably throw it about... What's a dagger? Like 30 feet?
Yeah.
Then I can... What I can do is 1, 2, 3. I can move here 30 feet.
I'll say, no, dagger's 60, so I'll say you could throw it like 60 feet. That's fine. You don't have to...
I will just... then I'll just throw it there.
Alright, go ahead and pull your light source in over here.
I will have another one.
So is that the light spell you used?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, this is a candle. Sorry, it should be torch then. I think
Right.
light.
Yeah,
it should be torch.
Go ahead and pull out the torch.
Can you? Yeah. Sorry. Torch.
Or I guess. Okay, you got it. All right, so you can now see them starting to reload, getting ready to attack. This guy just pulled out his bow.
Let me see. Okay, so then yeah, it was enough, so I didn't have to move forward. So I will after that, I'll just move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I lie down.
All right, and go prone. Foreful. So you can now see the enemy in the distance getting ready to fire more arrows, and this guy charging at you.
What was the prone condition? Was it like this?
Yes. Yeah, you got it. What do you want to do, Foreful?
You get the sense that if I run out there, I'm just going to get demolished by all of them, right?
If you made yourself a target, they would probably all shoot at you. Which might not be a bad thing if you can get your AC high enough. Maybe take the dodge action. But yeah, definitely. I mean, that's
I'll do that.
if you're up front and you're a large minotaur, they're probably going to be more afraid of you.
Yeah. Good. So I'm gonna do go around this hole
Just in the hole.
here. How deep is the hole?
It's bottomless.
like-
You can't
yeah.
see the bottom.
Yeah, you would look
I
down
was
and
gonna
just
say, yeah.
falls into
Probably
darkness.
won't get in the hole. I'll go about here, and then I'll take the dodge action.
All right. The ogre goes. He is going to run up to you and swing. Luckily, you
Wait, can
are.
I back up one? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that a problem if I'm here instead?
No, that's fine. So he rushes up, and he is going to roar, swinging his great club at disadvantage, luckily, as you have your shield up ready for the attack. 20
And yet-
becomes a 16 with the disadvantage, and there would be a loud clang as you're almost knocked off your feet by the force of the tree trunk slamming into your shield.
How
You-
tall is this guy? I like
Uh,
anywhere near? Or...
He
Big tower
is... I want to say they're like 10 to 12 feet. Let me double check.
Okay.
10 feet.
Even match. Ha! Even
Yeah.
match.
Although
I'm way
he
shorter.
is larger than you for sure, because he's also wider. Alright, so that is it for the ogre Yorn.
It is my turn. I am going to. I'm just gonna get closer to the guy, to the big guy, and pull out my shield because I didn't have it out yet.
Okay.
So
By the way,
that's
I'm pretty sure I had it. I just we were going to combat, so I
Yeah.
would assume we had the shield out.
So did you have a shield out, Yorn?
not me. So yeah,
So that would
I
take
definitely
your
had my shield out.
that would take your action to pull out your shield.
yeah. 9, nope. My
Alright, make sure you're
shield.
marked with your shield, Copper, if you have a
Yeah.
shield out.
Yeah. I just forgot about it.
Yeah, and I will. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 25. Yeah, I can stay over here. And I'll stay here for the moment. I think I don't have anything else I can do at the moment.
Alright.
Wait, should I? Yeah, no, that's it for now.
Alright, so... Win. What are you gonna do?
All right. So when he didn't like just that, what just happened to him with the arrows, so he is going to dash to in front of this hobgoblin.
Okay.
Take the dodge action, and then as his bonus action, we'll use second wind to get back some of the damage he took.
Alright, so you rush up in a defensive posture, taking a second wind. That's it for you?
Yep, so that'd be 10. That is it for me.
Alright, Kite. You are concentrating on your illusion from the shadows.
Yes.
Well, not from the shadows, but from where you are. What do you want to do?
I am. If I go out to shoot, I am just in the open, so I'm gonna try and scare this hobgoblin by slowly moving the hole towards him, like it's a live.
Is it actually a hole?
It looks like a hole.
It looks like a hole.
Oh, illusion.
We don't know if it's a real hole. I don't know.
Yeah, you just
He-
saw
he
a
didn't
hole
say.
open up in the ground.
Oh, okay.
So it's moving towards which one?
This one. So I can move it. It has to be within 60 feet of me, so I'm going to start slowly moving it, so to force him to like run away. And
All right. Could you link the spell real quick?
I'll do it again.
All right. Alright, so you can move it to any spot within 60 feet of you. So,
Yeah.
where are you going to move it to?
I was going to move it to there, so the farthest edge is just about to like go under him, so he knows that at that speed it's going to like
Alright.
fall through the ground.
Alright, sounds good. Anything else?
I think that's it. I might move one forward if I'm still in the trees as well, just so I can get in a bit more range. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, so Win is not actually dodging right now.
Yeah, no, I can't because I used my dash to move up.
Yeah. Alright, so that's it for you, Kite?
Yep.
Alright, the hobgoblins go. This one is going to yell something in Goblinoid back towards the farm. He is going to back up this way. 530. And he's going to take a shot at, I think, Win. But you can see him, so he does not have advantage. However, he does have a potential for sneak attack now, as you are next to his ally with martial advantage. But he only rolls a 9, and the arrow zings past. He curses. This one is going to yell something to his companions, again in Goblinoid. He's going to come back this way, moving away from the light. And he is gonna, I think he's gonna take a shot at Win as well. But again, you can still see him, so he does not have advantage. Another terrible roll. 7 versus AC, you would dodge to the sides, another arrow zings past. This guy, is going to take a shot at. Sees all this.
Come at me.
All these casters.
Hey.
I think he's going to shoot at Kite. No,
Damn.
he wants his martial sneak attack damage. He's
Orphal's
gonna.
the biggest guy here. Come on.
Yeah, but the ogre's kind of on you right now. Yeah, I think he's actually going to go for. I think he's going to go for Win because Win is not dodging and is an easy target. I'll hit one.
Easy schmeezy.
Hit one of these days. 16
Unit.
versus AC.
Miss.
All right. So he then moves back 15, 20, 25, 30. And then this guy goes. He is going to throw his bow to the ground, drawing his sword, using it two-handed. He roars and lunges at you, trying to strike.
Drawing your sword in action?
Drawing your sword is an item interaction. Dropping the bow is a free action, because he just lets it go.
Picking up your shield is an action?
Well, readying your shield is an action, yeah. So if you don't have your shield ready already, you have to use an action, which you do, Forful. You should mark yourself with having your shield right now, because you do have it out.
Yeah. I was just wondering for Yorn.
Yeah.
To do that.
Yeah. Because you actually have to like clip your shield into place, strap it on instead of just like drawing it from your back. So 12 versus AC would miss as he lunges forward. You just kind of knock him back, parrying the attack. He yells something in Goblinoid back at his friends. Copper, what are you gonna do?
I actually speak Goblin, so would I understand what they're saying?
Yes. In that case, he yelled, "We need help, there's more of them." He yelled, "Get away from the light," and this one yelled, "I'll fucking kill you."
Okay.
Wait, what did the last one say again?
I'll fucking kill you.
I'll fucking kill you.
Okay. I didn't hear.
As he lunged at you, but you just knocked him back. So, Copper, what are you doing?
Let me see. I'm just watching distances here. This guy's there. I'll do the same thing. I will move. Okay, let's assume I'll take a little risk here. So I'll move towards here.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my source, with my light source, and then I'll do the same thing. Same as what I've done last time, and go prone.
So that would mean this one would go away with the light spell, right? Because I believe you can only have one light spell at a time if you read the description.
Probably, yes, maybe. But it's not helping much.
Big eye
there.
Right now.
Alright, so you follow them with the light. This one is going to point at Copper and yell, "Kill the caster!" And you would see all three of them train their bows on you now. Anything else?
Nope, I've done all.
Forful. The ogre is getting ready to swing at you again, but you act first.
I can't actually see it in front of me anymore, but like, do I still see it?
Because of the darkness, with the moonlight, I'll say you still can kind of see it. I'll give you.
Oh, right here, right?
Yeah, it's in front
Like
of you.
right in front of me, so bigger.
Yeah, I would say though, actually, with the light source that far away, you would have disadvantage to the attack because you can
Wait,
barely.
do ogres
see it.
have night vision?
They do, yes. Or wait, I think they do. They do, yes. Although you wouldn't necessarily know that. Alright, so go ahead, sorry.
I wouldn't, yeah, you're right. You're gonna mess this guy up then, I guess. Oh.
Alright, so you lunge at him with your sword. Unfortunately, you have disadvantage because of the lack of light. You can't see very well. Like, oh! But he's a pretty big target. 25 becomes a 16, and that would strike.
Oh.
That would have been a crit. Ooh, too bad. So you slash him for 10. as you feel the attack connect in the darkness. And he, yeah, you can't see him too well, but he sounds very angry. Anything else you want to do?
Well, keep it up. We'll do an action surge to keep messing up this guy. Let's go.
That's my
Another attack.
Alright, so you attack again with disadvantage. Ha!
Actually, why don't...
Ooh.
Sorry, what did you say?
I have a light source at the moment. I don't know why it doesn't show. I should have a light source out. Let me put that one.
I can't hear you. What did you say?
Am I muted or is it just
It was
bad?
just garbled.
Just quiet.
Yeah, I need to fix that. I don't know why I didn't have my. Which one is 5 feet light again? Is it candle or is
Candle, yeah.
That's
10
candle.
feet? 10 feet. Sorry.
So, what, do you have a light source right now?
Yeah, I would have my spell like my
Which...
flash of what's it called? Flash of genius, or whatever it's called. Give me 5 feet of bright and 5 feet of dim around me.
That's something else, but, well, I think it's something else. But yeah, that would basically be a candle. So you can go ahead and pull a candle out if you have a light source.
Well, it would be like on my spell casting thingy. So yeah.
Yeah,
There
you
you
can
go.
put a candle out to represent that. That's fine. So now you can see a little bit
Is that
better.
there the whole time?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't see
Well-
much more, but yeah.
Does it mean
that
that
there the whole
Fortfall should
time?
have critted?
Yeah, it was supposed to. I don't know why it disappeared. It's supposed to.
I can go back, I guess, just in the future, make sure that's out. Sure, give me another
about
D8
that.
worth of damage. So just roll a D8 and I'll add that on. 4, so
Four.
that's
Sorry about that.
4, and then 6. Alright, so the ogre's looking
Nice.
very beat up right now.
And I'm gonna quickly before I do something else say, Yorn, do you need this guy right here? Or can he be pushed back a bit?
Oh, you can live it wherever you want. I don't care.
Okay, so after I hit the guy, can use bonus action to shove him. The only thing I want to know is he only one size larger than me?
He is one size larger, but you should still be able to do it.
He
Alright,
has to do DC 8 plus 2 plus 3, so 13. It'd be 13.
Alright, so he looks
I'll do
pretty
that.
strong. He rolls
Yeah.
a 24. So yeah, you kind of bump into him, he just looks down at you.
I slipped is all. I only slipped. I didn't try to push you.
Yeah. He responds by raising his big club up in the air, and he's going to try to smash you.
Dang it!
You ready your shield as the attack comes down. Wham! 24 versus AC. Ooh. I think that would strike you for 14 bludgeoning. So he slams into your shield, and you feel like your arm is about to break from the force of the impact as he almost knocks you off your
Fine.
feet. And Forful is looking very wounded. So remember, this is the wounded one. But that is it for the ogre, Yorn.
Very wounded. How much damage do you take?
I have 2 health left.
You can't.
No,
I guess you could.
I'm sorry.
You can.
I'm sorry. I'm
I have
very
medicine.
damaged.
Yeah,
I have the medicine,
He
so
has medicine. You can whisper your health to him. He just has to use
Right.
his
Well-
his thing to do it.
I forget
Yeah.
that bar is not there for everyone, so I thought you could see it.
Yeah.
no.
All right.
No, but I can. So I am going to. How much damage did you just take from one hit?
14.
I just got hit for
14.
14.
14. And you have to. So even if I healed you, that wouldn't change much.
Were you
Actually,
at full?
No, I had already been hit by an arrow before.
Yeah.
yeah. You know what? I'll just use cure wounds on you since I'm next to you.
All right. So you channel divine energies, touching him and curing him for a D8 plus your ability modifier.
Yes.
You gonna roll
Cure
it? Do I
wound.
roll that?
I have it right here. Oh,
7.
come on.
All right. So he
bad?
is healed for 7. I mean,
pretty
that's average.
Yeah.
Good. Better than nothing.
I don't know why
Yeah.
my light is. And I'm gonna
Still
go
one.
here. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna
light
like
his
be like
face up.
taunt the guy like,
Over
Yo.
here.
You're large. Your
Alright.
mom.
You're large,
Yeah.
Mom. All right. He kind of does a head scratcher. He scratches. Win. What are you gonna do?
So I will use.
Do you have a
Booming
shield out,
Blade.
Win?
Yeah.
Because you are not marked as having a shield or weapon out right now.
Why is that? How do I
Alright,
mark that?
So this is the shield mark, and if you have a melee weapon out, it's this mark for the weapon. If it's two-handed, you just put a 2 on it.
We didn't do that in the other game, did we?
Yeah, I think we've always done that.
Yeah, we did it.
I think we didn't
game
have
we did
anyone
that
with a
well.
shield.
Yeah, we didn't have
Ah.
any shield users in that one.
Okay.
So that
okay.
might be
So
why.
my apologies.
That's fine.
Yeah. So I would use my booming blade.
Alright, so you encircle your weapon in thunder energy as it pulses and you swing.
Swing down.
25 would strike, even with all his armor. How much? do
And
you
then
do?
So it does
6 slashing.
thick.
He looks wounded from the attack as he stumbles backward.
And then I will step back. I'm going to stand back like 5 feet,
Okay.
taking the opportunity attack.
So he will
10.
He will indeed spend his reaction and swing at you,
Noonan. Miss.
saying, "Come back here." 11 versus AC, I believe, would not be enough, and you would dodge.
Misses.
All
Yeah.
right. So that's it for Win, right?
Yep.
Kite.
Okay. What can I see? Vertical over. How far away? Can I see the light source up here? Or just glowing?
Yeah, I mean, if you could see it on the map, then you can see it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh. I did just see the big hit then that he took, so I might try and get closer to help. So I'm gonna try and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here,
Yeah.
and I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at the
Ooh.
ogre.
All right. I believe that one does require a special ingredient,
Yes, the diamond.
which you have.
Which
I
Yeah,
bought
cover.
this. Yeah.
Copper sold his body for it.
Oh,
did.
right.
exactly.
It's the
Yeah, that's
prostitution
right. The prostitution diamond. All right, go ahead. Give me a link of the spell.
We don't know what happened in that.
Yeah,
Okay?
No
Don't-
touching. We
There
agree.
anything.
there was agreements made. Yeah, can you link the chromatic orb?
Yes. There.
All right. So, what damage type are you using?
Any he chooses.
I'm gonna make it do lightning.
So a pulsing lightning orb comes flying forth. Go ahead and give me a. Is it a?
The attack roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh, 9. No, that would not be enough, and your orb just sort of flies off into the distance here, zapping the tree over there.
Did any kind of flanking thing?
Wait a second.
There's no flanking for ranged attacks. Yeah.
Wait, one second. I'll use silvery barbs to help him reroll this. It's possible.
He would take the lower, I believe, with silvery barbs.
Would he? Is it always like that? Let me just check.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, then I will not.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
then
just
no.
a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
So yeah.
Don't you have the
That's
other
sorry.
spell? Isn't that something you can do though with Clockwork Soul to like reroll?
No, I can. No. I can remove advantage or disadvantage, and he has neither.
Yeah, it
Ah,
was just a bad roll.
fair enough.
Anything else, Kite?
Oh, I'm thinking of Wild Magic. That's what I'm
No, I think I'm fine here on the edge of the trees.
Alright, so you curse a bit. The hobgoblins now kind of have a choice as they saw you put on that display of pretty badass magic.
Into the air. Firework, let's go.
But you do have very heavy cover from the darkness, so they can't see you very well. No, I think they're gonna. You all are very armored. I think they're gonna go for Yorn because they do want that sneak attack as well. So this guy yells to this guy, "Engage them, keep them at bay," and he is going to take a shot at Yorn. With martial advantage if he hits. 20 versus AC. Who?
Yep, that hits.
All right, so you are struck with the arrow.
Does he have advantage
No.
on, or is it?
It's an ability hobgoblins have. It's like sneak attack.
Okay. I will make him reroll with silvery barbs.
Could you link silvery barbs? All right. So you point at him as you see the arrow going, and magic affects him, causing a reroll. Go ahead, spend your reaction, and he will make a second roll.
And I will give advantage to. Let me see. Oh, I can. Yeah, to win.
All
The only
right.
one I see.
So win, you will have advantage, I think, on your next attack, right? Or
Thank
any roll really.
Any roll, yeah.
But with the reroll, a 7 would miss, as probability is affected, and it just arrow just kind of flies past Yorn. Curses. This
Thank you for
guy
that.
is going to move up this way. Oh wait, and he's going to come up 15, 20, 25, 30, moving away from the light. This guy here is going to... I think he's going to go for Forful, because Forful looks wounded. So he's going to come down
Oh. Fine.
over here and take a shot. Luckily, he... oh, actually, is he still in the light? He might not be.
I can barely. Well, it's 5 bright and 5 dim, so
I can see him.
I don't think you can.
Yeah,
be
so he kind of knows where Forful is, but not really. He's going to shoot at Yorn, because that's a shot at advantage at this point. Since Yorn probably cannot see him.
But I can see him. Why would Yorn not see him?
Because you're closer to him.
Which one? Which one? This one?
Yeah, can you see
Oh,
that
I mean,
guy?
I can barely see him because
Alright,
of your light.
If you can barely see him, I'll say it's a normal attack.
Yeah.
19 versus AC.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. So 4 piercing and then 7 from the sneak attack, so 11
Jesus.
damage.
Jesus, and I wounded.
So
Wounded.
this guy is going to move back again, trying to get out of the light. Comes back to here, and he is still sort of in the light. He's going to take a shot at Yorn as well, trying to take one of you down, because that would be the tactical move. And they do seem to have some amount of tactics. 17 versus AC.
Ooh.
So
That
one
doesn't hit.
barely misses you. And this guy here is going to pull out his shield for his action and switch to one-handed longsword. He is then going to move in and engage Win.
And then
Copper.
boom!
Booming.
Oh, if he has the
To take
booming
the
blade,
7.
he's not going to move. Sorry, if he has booming blade, I forgot about that.
We wouldn't know that.
Copper. He would know, same as you would, if you had an effect like that on you. So he would feel like the electricity is, or thunder is booming around him. Copper, what are you gonna do?
Let me see. Yeah, those guys.
The one would Booming Blade ever be effective?
It's
'Cause everyone would always
extremely
just know.
effective because he didn't move towards you and engage you.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
you
did not
wouldn't
attack you because of
necessarily. It's a trade-off. Like
It is a trade-off.
Yeah.
It is a trade-off. No, you're right. I'm realizing now there is a trade-off to it.
Yeah, it's a very effective spell. Trust me.
Yeah.
What's Booming Blade?
Does
So
force movement trigger Booming Blade?
Oh, that's
No,
a good
it has to be-
question. Yeah, I don't think so.
I think it has to be voluntary movement.
I think most spells don't work with forced movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They
booming.
they
Well,
usually
like
have.
spike growth,
Yeah,
for
if the-
example. Does.
If the target willingly moves 5 feet or more
okay.
before. Yeah.
Yeah. So booming
Will
blade.
movement.
To answer someone's question, if you hit someone, you damage them, and you put a pulse on them, and if they move, they take like a little explosion of thunder damage. So it's a way to immobilize a foe or punish them if they move.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Copper. Sorry. What are you doing?
Let me see. Like, I really don't like those guys shooting with advantage. 30.
By the way, did we pick a scribe for this session? Because I don't remember
Yeah, we did.
talking about that.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did. Okay, I
You.
will stand up.
Don't remember?
Yeah.
Okay, do I have to stand up?
Just as a reminder, the scribe was win.
Yeah, I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
Okay, I will, because I guess, like, if you crawl, how far can you crawl?
Half
Like,
speed.
is it better to stand up, go and drop, or crawl? I guess stand up is better, right?
Yeah, I mean, you'll get more movement. Well, if you stand up, you lose half your movement anyway, so it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. And dropping takes no action, right?
Correct, yeah. You can just fall prone.
Okay, so then I would go 1, 2, 3. So I would. So basically, that's my whole move. This guy is at least in some kind of light. And then I'll use Magic Missile and split it 2 into this guy and 1 into this guy.
When you say this guy, who you
2
that guy.
here,
Okay.
1 here.
Okay, go ahead and give me a D4 for the spell. Alright, so the first guy is shot for 6. Oh, he goes down. The one over here takes 3 as he is shot as well. And he would yell out, "Someone kill these casters!" Anything else, Copper?
No, I drop down.
Alright, Foreful.
Let's go.
The ogre looks like he's getting ready to smash you again. But yes.
Well, I'm gonna smash him first. Woo! Does that hit?
13 becomes a
flanking.
15, which would strike. Oh, as you
Nice.
Flanking, yo.
cut into
Teamwork.
his big belly. Or 6.
6.
He is very wounded, but still up.
I'm gonna just second win before.
Alright.
yeah, good.
So the ogre goes. Yorn, I don't think you've actually. Have you hit him yet?
Then...
Not in a
That's
while, no.
That's it.
I hit him at the beginning, but that's it.
Yeah, he's gonna go for 4 full. Oh,
Hey, R.
great club.
Come on, you bitch.
12
You.
versus AC. Huh! He
Over.
jumped to the side as the club impacts the floor and dirt flies everywhere.
Ah, I say, Yorn,
Stand-
finish this guy off.
Stand still! Yorn, what are you gonna do?
How many hit points does he have?
The
I
ogre? Hang on.
Is he looking? Yeah.
Yeah, how's he looking? Because I ain't got no spell slots left, so you know. That's the life of a half-caster. Until next. Oh my god. Do I take the risk? Do I even have anything that... I can't risk it.
Ask why.
That's
Yorn's thinking.
Health is great again, so you don't have to worry about it, Yorn.
yeah, no. Yeah. Besides that, okay. You know what? You're gonna hit him again. So I'm just worried that like I'm gonna get shot. So I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Alright, so
Yeah.
you prepare
Sweet
for
baby.
incoming fire, putting your shield up.
Yeah.
Anything else?
It's this one, yeah. It's this one, yeah.
Yes.
And I am gonna say some mumbo jumbo words that sound like I'm gonna cast a super strong spell or something.
Make a deception
Exactly,
check.
like super loud and shit. Deception, yeah, sure. With my -1 charisma.
Gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Can I give him the help? He's gonna do it.
Could I do it?
If you want to use your reaction, well,
I will use-
You definitely said abracadabra.
Avada Kedavra.
I am
Except they
totally
said
gonna
Dabra
cast a
Opera.
spell. A
Stupefy.
spell. Here's the spell. The
Stupefy.
spell is coming.
All right, Win. What are you doing?
So Wade is going to
He definitely
dash
fooled him,
up,
yeah.
He
dash
totally
up
bought it.
to this guy
Okay.
because he's just beyond 30 feet. But then he'll also action surge.
All right, so you spend an action surge, gaining your attack.
Oh, shoot! I already did that, didn't I? Yes.
Did
so-
you?
You second
Yeah,
I
you
wind.
don't believe. I
Oh,
think you second
I
winded.
thought
I second wind.
No. Yeah,
You must
that's right.
do
I
that.
second winded before. I didn't action surge.
You did not.
I know someone action surge, but I thought it was fourfold.
I did.
It
Fourfold
was
did,
four.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fourfold dead.
I mean, unless you did and I'm just forgetting. I don't know.
No, I
I
second
thought
winded
you
though
did.
because I got banged really hard on the first round.
All right.
Yep.
So, and you can track that stuff if you make a resource for it and roll 20, and then when you use it, you
Yeah,
can
that's what I was
just take it
trying
off.
to do. So then I would move up there, and then I would just swing with my booming blade and what?
He does have his bow out. He doesn't have a shield on.
Great. So sorry, I was dashing around trying to find my. All right, so
Copper's like the light source of this battle.
Yeah,
Alright,
and Yorn with his little candle.
So, 9 unfortunately would not be enough, and he dodges back as you swing.
yep.
Like my very small light source. You can't even
Yeah,
see
it's
fourfold.
helping a lot, actually.
I think fourfold's like here, maybe. I don't know.
I am there, yeah.
Alright,
You know what? I'm glad that didn't hit because I just realized that I'm second level, but I only have one level of fighter, so that's why I can't find it on my sheet. But I see second wind, so I'm glad that didn't work.
all right. So you can't actually.
I was like
do that.
I was like searching all around, like where is it? I know it's here because like second level, but then I was like, oh, it's that's why.
All right. Well,
So-
Kite, it is your turn.
Yes.
What are you gonna do?
I'm not sure. I feel like I should start trying to take out these hobgoblins at range. Just have a look.
This one was hit.
Yeah, I was thinking it is a little bit far away, is it? I could go there.
All right.
Sure. Just to be sure, your diamond doesn't get consumed, right? It's not
No,
a consume
no.
item. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
No.
Thank God.
I just hold it up and channel through it.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
he,
fair enough.
he just
Okay.
needs the free hand.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise that would be a very expensive.
Yeah.
Almost
For a-
pay to win. Okay, I think I'm gonna move.
So if you pick up your token and press Q, you can actually have the map going as you move, or the ruler going.
Do I need the ruler? Yep, 5.
Or you can pick
Down.
up your token and right-click, and that'll do the ruler as you go thing. Alright, so you move down to there, and then what?
I'm going to cast a firebolt at this one.
Alright, so you channeled arcane energy and fire at him. Go ahead and give me a firebolt roll. Oh, but 7 would not be enough, and it just sort of flies past Wynn and the enemy. And I assume you are done at this point, right?
Yes. Yep.
Alright, the hobgoblins go.
His turn. Let's go.
So this guy sees
down.
you channeling your spell. He is actually probably going to shoot at you anyway because he wants his sneak attack. Even though you're dodging, he's gonna take a shot.
At who?
At Yorn, but he would miss. He curses, and he's going to move back another 30 feet, trying to get back into the shadows. This one here is going to take a shot at Wynn, trying to save his partner. Ooh, 21 versus AC.
That'll hit.
Alright, so you take an arrow from the darkness back there for 4, 6, 7 points of damage. This is not a very good roll, even with the sneak attack. And he is going to move back into the darkness. That's it for them. Copper.
Will he have a cover from Wynn at this position?
Oh, you know what? I think I forgot this guy, didn't I?
You did. You only did
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
So
2 of the hobgoblins.
he is going to pick up his sword and drop his bow. Or wait, I don't think he can.
He already had
actually.
it. He had a shield in one hand and a sword in the other.
No, that was this guy. He killed this guy.
Oh, that's right. That was that guy. That's right.
I think he's going to. Yeah, he's just going to do it. He's going to pull out his sword and drop his bow. He's committed now. So he has his sword two-handed, and he's going to lunge at you. Ha! 22 versus AC. Good roll.
Yep.
So you are struck for another 6 slashing. He says, I will kill you. Avenge, my friend. So that is it for him. Sorry, Copper, I know I interrupted your turn. What are you doing?
No problem. I'll basically do my stop, drop, and roll thing.
Sure.
Your combat roll.
Nice. You like
Play darts.
Combat crawl.
3. I'll move at my half speed just because I stand up, move, and then drop, and
Yeah.
I'll firebolt this motherfucker.
Alright, so I'm assuming you're firebolting while you're standing.
Yeah, of course.
Alright. So go ahead and give me a firebolt attack. Ooh, good shot. 22 would strike him as he's attacking Wynn. Well,
Nice.
he takes 1 point of damage as he is slightly singed. Foreful.
Good try.
I
Okay,
believe in
this
you.
big bitch is going down. Oh. Right here, Ogre Supreme. Big shot right at his leg.
Oh yeah, 18 would strike.
Come on, big hit to finish him. There you go.
Yo!
Come on.
Alright, so you-
Chop him into little pieces. Let's go.
He had exactly 8 hit points.
Ooh, God.
Alright, so the ogre falls forward as you cut him, and he falls down dead. Anything else?
Who's left? We got one ogre or hobgoblin left. I
3.
can't see further.
They're all in here. They're all hiding over
They're
here
all up
somewhere.
here. Well, I can't see there. That's why.
They're
I don't
all
know.
in shadows.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah.
Hey, Yorin,
that's
you
it.
gonna follow me east with the
Yeah.
light? Yeah, I'm
That's
just gonna
the-
blindly run in then. 5, 10, 15.
Alright, so you rush ahead 30 feet, ending your turn. The ogre is dead,
Fully in the
so
hole.
he leaves the initiative. Yorn, what are you gonna do?
I see Copper with his shenanigans, and I don't want to having to dodge every other turn. So I am going to use my action to touch like Fourfold Weapon,
Okay.
and also give him the light.
So you cast a
Oh,
light spell
yes.
on him, or are you using
It's not
something
a
else?
spell. It's my artificer magical tinkering.
Put a
Could
candle on my
you-
horn.
Could you link that?
Yeah, sure.
Put a candle on my horn.
On your horn, yeah. If you want it on, you can have it wherever you want. Here it is.
Okay. Okay.
It's a long. It's,
Which paragraph am I looking at?
No, you have to read the whole thing.
The second one. I can
Alright.
tap anything else, well, any item, basically. If you want to consider horn objects.
And you have your alchemist tools
Yeah,
somewhere handy?
yeah. Yeah.
Alright, so
in my-
you would use your item interaction to draw your tools, because I don't think you had
Yeah.
them in your hand, did you?
No, they're in my they're on my belt. So yeah, item interaction. Yep.
Can you have multiple of these, or does it?
Well, I can have. It
Efficiency
says
per
below,
long rest.
intelligence. How much intelligence I have?
Okay, so you can
And-
make a second candle. Alright.
Yeah, I can make 3 total.
Alright, so Fourfold, go ahead and pull a candle out for yourself as your axe begins to glow. Anything else,
Why
Jorn?
do that, sir?
That is
I think-
the if you go to the journal under resources light, there's a candle. You can just pull it onto the board like your token.
Boom.
Yeah, you got it. All right. Anything?
Thank you,
else?
Yes. I still have some feet to use. So.
You got 5 seconds.
Oh shit.
Time's up. No, just kidding.
You
Go ahead.
lose.
Okay, and I am here. I'm going here, and I'm dropping on the floor. I saw what Copper is doing, and I'm copying.
All right, you're taking cover on the ground. Win. What are you gonna do?
Going to cast Healing Word on myself as my bonus action, and I'm going to use Booming Blade and swing at this guy with one sword.
All right, so you gain 6 as you channel energy, but unfortunately 13 would
Sure.
not be enough, and he dodges.
Damn. I'm off with my swings.
Nice try. Nice try.
He yells "weak" and gets
Next
ready
time.
to counterattack.
Wow. Kill him.
I say next time.
All right, Kite, what are you doing?
Okay.
You can only see one of them right now. You do hear
Yeah.
movement off in the shadows to the north somewhere.
Yes. I don't really want to run out into the open, which is everything here. Uh,
We could use some help, Kite. Get over here.
okay. I'm gonna start moving. $30 here.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use my action to move the hole.
All right, so you can move it up to anywhere within 60 feet of you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move it that way.
All right, so the hole somehow moves across the ground, which looks really weird.
Yeah. It looks like the ground's falling in and then coming back out and
Yeah.
falling in, like it's actually something. Yeah.
It
the
looks very,
darkness is just
yeah. It's a very odd sight to behold as the hole continually refills and undoes itself. Anything
Magic.
else, Kite?
I'm pretty sure
no.
the spell mentions that it makes it look natural.
If it's a creature, but there's not
okay.
really a hole on the floor creature.
Yeah,
to
I mean a
copy.
hole.
I have to
Generally,
use artistic license.
generally, a hole doesn't have a movement speed, so it's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
I mean, I could
hobgoblins.
make it walk.
So this guy from the shadows, he's gonna fire at. He's gonna fire at Win, because Win does have an ally next to him. So we would have advantage, because you cannot see him right now.
No, I can't. Bastard.
Oh, 23. That is a crit.
Oh,
He got me down.
So you are struck for 15 as the arrow hits you right in the chest. And you would go down.
And I'm down.
Oh!
So this guy from back in the shadows is going to fire at... Well, he's not going to fire at the down guy because it's a difficult shot. He's going to fire at Forful, again with advantage.
Bring it.
So...
Why do they have advantage?
Because you can't see them. They're in the darkness. And they can see you because you have light sources out.
Which one is shooting now at Fortful?
This guy
idea.
over here. But with advantage, a 14 would still miss you. So you get your shield up in time and block the arrow.
Yeah. See you later, nerd.
This guy sees Copper there. He can get to you. Whoop. So he rushes 30 feet up to Copper, and he is going...
Wait. Can he?
Yes.
Can he really? Damn it, I thought I calculated.
From there to here is 30 feet. So he is going to swing at you with advantage. As you are prone.
Isn't it 30?
Just
Isn't
one
it
second.
35?
It's 30.
Exactly. Like 1, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's here. Like one diagonal is
Yeah, I thought another diagonal was 10 instead of 5.
So,
Yeah, so
from here to here is 30 feet with the arrow. If you go like this.
But you have to make a second diagonal, right?
It's a
Like
2
you don't
diagonal.
go like you have to make 2 diagonals to get there. So the second diagonal would be 10 feet. So you don't go. It's not like a spell range.
Why
It is
is
more.
my... Oh, maybe it's because that's weird. Why is my ruler not calculating?
It's a weird.
All right. No, I think you're right. So he is going to attack Win.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Now it shows 35.
Win, he would attack you on the
I'm already
ground.
down.
Well, you're down, but you're not dead yet. He's trying to finish you off. So he would have advantage, but you do still have your armor class. 16, I don't think would be enough.
Misses.
Oh, wait, but you're not using your shield because you're down, but I think that still would be just under it. So, yeah, you would see him kind of like go to stab Win, but Win, luckily his armor protects him for now, and he does not take the hit. Copper, what are you doing?
God damn it.
He was trying to finish off Win, but he couldn't.
Yeah. All 3 magic missiles will go onto this guy.
Right.
Nice.
So you chant from the floor,
I don't even stand up.
F you, buddy. Oh, 12 points. He's blasted back holes in his front as magic missiles just explode against him and he dies.
I will do 1, 2, 3. Basically, stand up, go, drop down.
Okay.
My hero.
My hero.
My hero.
Win says from the ground. Forful, what are you going to do? Oh,
So,
you're not still wounded, right? Forful, you could take the half heart off yourself.
Right.
So if you ever want to remove conditions quickly, you see how in the chat it says wounded and there's like a wastebasket next to it? You can just click that to remove the condition. Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so I can't see anyone. I know where they are.
You hear movement coming from this direction and this direction in the darkness.
Where was the second direction, sorry?
Well, what is your passive perception?
It's not good.
So
11.
you think he's somewhere in this area,
Just a general direction. Okay,
and there's
Fine.
one somewhere
Go.
in this direction.
5 at a time. 5. 20, 25. 30. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
35. 40. 45. 50. 55. 60. Nobody here.
Alright, you still don't see him, but you think you hear him somewhere over here. Because he's not stealthing right now. Yorn, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm not getting shot at the moment. I'm gonna get up and use the rest of my movement. Also, one. I don't know why it sounds weird. 2, 15, and I'm gonna take the dodge action
Okay, so you
and
get up,
try,
move forward,
Yeah.
and start dodging. Alright,
pretending trying to cast magic.
alright, so Win, you are down. Give me a death save.
All right, Captain.
As you struggle and the shadows creep inward.
Trying to roll around on the ground.
8, ooh, you snake closer towards darkness. You are one step towards death.
Closer.
Kite, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm going to move up 30 feet.
Okay. So you rush forward. It's pitch dark out here other than the torches, or other than the light sources and Copper's lantern.
Yes. See if I can do something. I didn't mean to look that.
Oh, where are you putting the dancing lights?
It is concentration, so the hole will go.
It's not that hole is helping
Alright.
us too much right
So
now.
the hole poofs
Yeah.
away. So you can bring 3 candles in, basically, because it's, again, the... oh, wait, no, this is a 10-foot radius, so it's a little bit better than the candle. So drag the candle out. I'll adjust the lighting on it. I should make you... Or do we have a dancing lights candle? No, we don't.
Yeah, we got to cool down.
Alright, so this is where you're putting 1.
Yeah, can I find out where they vaguely are so I can try and catch them?
What's your perception?
I think it's 11.
11. You knew that one of them was in the area Forful's in. You're not sure exactly where.
Okay. I can make 4 torch sides.
Let me read that description. 10-foot radius, dim light. Alright.
Ah!
3, and then...
Gotcha, bitch. We're coming. Ha! Sprinkle some light out there, this guy's rude.
Alright,
Nice.
so is that 3 or 4 lights you made? Because I see 4 now.
Yeah, I
four
can make
total.
Alright,
4.
Gotcha,
Oh,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. So that's 4, and they should be at 10-foot dim light each.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, and then as my bonus action... They have to be within 20 feet of each other. Or another light.
Alright, sure, so we'll do something like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, anything
Okay.
else?
As my bonus action, I'm gonna move this one up to try and search for the third guy.
Okay.
Or the other guy that run.
Go ahead and move it where you want to put it.
Can I move it? I can't seem to pick it back up. Is it?
You have
I'm
the.
on the wrong
I think
one.
it's because you're
Yeah,
on the.
I got
Yeah,
it.
you got it.
Okay. Yeah,
All right.
I'm performing air surveillance.
All right. So yeah, your
Yeah.
dim lights float around the battlefield. The hobgoblin goes. He looks angrily at Kite, and he is gonna take a shot at you. He says, "No lights in hobgoblin." You can't understand him. Oh, rolls a 5. Terrible shot. He is then going to move back, trying to get away from the light. Moving back this way. That
I'm
is it for that one. This guy is going to move around in darkness, and he's going to take a shot at Copper. Actually, no, he'll take a shot at Kite too, because he sees you casting lights over there. So he would have advantage on this shot. Ooh, 20 versus AC.
That hits.
So you are struck for 8 piercing damage,
Yep.
and you need to make a concentration check to keep the lights on.
Uh-oh. Lights out.
So it's just a D20 saving throw, con save.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second. Just taking the 8 points.
Just can't save.
One second.
Shit, where did that hobgoblin
You got it.
go?
Alright, so you are still holding the lights, but you are looking beat up as the arrow has cut you pretty bad. Copper, what are you doing?
Damn it. Damn it, win.
Yes?
Damn it.
I'll stand up. I go 5, 15,
Win.
and I
because
take
of
dodge
you
action.
dying, he had to stand up.
And I
Catch
take
you
a
next
dodge
time.
action. And I take a
Dodge.
dodge action.
Alright, Forful, you're up.
Which direction did that guy run in? There was one.
He
that
ran
him?
in this direction.
Yeah,
You can still stay here. I think you should still
I
be
can.
a bit.
Early. Bring the light. I'm gonna move to here. Yeah. Boom. How far was that? It was one of 20. It was 30?
Yeah, because he was a little ways away from you. You can dash to engage, you just wouldn't be able to attack in
Yeah.
this turn.
Oh, yes, I can. Attack with.
Oh, the goring rush.
Yeah, I can
Alright.
use my horns at least.
So go ahead, make a horn attack.
Shiny horns.
Ooh, no.
Good.
7 would not be enough, and he would dodge the attack. Anything else?
That's all I can do. Ready to
Alright.
go for him.
Yorn, you were wounded, but dodging. What are you doing?
With a passive perception of 13. I heard any sounds coming from this house.
So you would hear some struggling, and actually, I totally forgot about the house. Yeah, you would hear some struggling inside, and you would notice that the house is on fire.
Oh,
Whoa.
so we got a bit of light. We got a bit of
Yeah,
light.
there's some
please.
light
There
over
should
here.
be a lot of light.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
There's some light.
Everything.
Please.
So we'll put
Please,
some light
Dungeon
from
Master,
that.
please put some light.
Sure.
Oh, please, sir.
Please, sir, may we have some light.
Oh,
No.
please, sir.
So you should have seen that from the beginning. Sorry, the house is lit up. I totally forgot about the house. What are you doing?
Well.
You do, yeah. So with your 13, you would hear struggling from inside, and maybe some cries for help.
Yeah, I am gonna go
Been
over
there.
here, make my way over there, and I'm gonna try shooting this guy with firebolt.
All right, so you send a firebolt out at that guy.
Like we don't have enough fire already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
more
whole-
light.
That whole map screwing up in the beginning threw me off. I forgot about the house. So go ahead, give me a firebolt attack.
Okie dokie. There it is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
24 would
Nice.
strike. He is
Wrong button.
burned with fire for 4 points of damage. Oh.
And
Anything
that's
else?
it for now.
All right.
9.
So Win, you are in a dangerous spot because if you roll a natural 1, you will die on this death save. So if you have an inspiration point, this is a good time to use it.
Nah, if I die, I just make a new.
Fair enough.
What?
Win.
Do you have inspiration points? You use it.
Ooh.
Oh.
playing with death. All right. So you
I
don't
am.
die,
I don't want
but
to
you
lose
are
you.
now
I'm
2
close.
death save fails in. That's
Yep.
it for him. Kite.
Okay.
I think that's the leading cause of death in my games is natural ones on death saves.
Yeah, that's what I usually say.
I'm gonna move the lights. I'm gonna run up 30 feet to here. I'm gonna use my bonus action to move my dancing lights. Just behind this one.
Yeah.
One down. Just behind here. There's one over here. There's one over here. Okay. I think they are.
So you move them around, but you still don't see the guy down there. Anything else?
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to firebolt this hobgoblin.
Alright, so you take a shot. He does have some cover from Forful.
Yep. And let's get again.
No, 14 is close, but with the cover that would miss.
Okay.
It would probably hit Forful on the back, but luckily his armor would stop it from burning him.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that is everything.
Alright, the hobgoblins go. This one is not happy with the situation. He is going to drop his bow, draw his sword, and yell, turn out the lights to his ally. He's going to step down this way and attack Forful with his longsword two-handed. 10 versus AC completely misses. The one to the south is going to move around in the darkness, and he's going to take a shot at Kite. 12 with advantage. That was a terrible roll. Does 12 strike you, Kite?
My AC is 12, so can I use my reaction to use shield?
You can. Alright, so you, as you see the arrow coming, you throw your hand up, chanting, and a shield deflects the arrow. So go ahead and spend a first level spell and spend your reaction.
Yep.
That's it for the hobgoblins. Copper.
Was it only 2, right?
Oh, yeah, you killed the others.
Yeah. Okay, so what I will have to do is I'll move here, and I'll try to stabilize Win, and I will use Inspiration.
Alright, so Wisdom check, Medicine, with Inspiration. Like, whatever, I guess is Warforged. Oh, no!
No.
So you would fail to stabilize him. Anything else, Copper?
No, I'm out of spells.
Alright, Forful.
Finally found this guy. And I kill him. Big hit. 2.
Oh. No, 10 is not enough, and he would dodge the attack as you swing your battle axe.
Do we hear anything from the house, though?
Yes, you would hear some yells for help. Help us, please.
I'm gonna let him hit me. A move to here. Can start.
Alright, he is going to take a reaction attack. Swings his longsword. Oh, 19 I think would strike, right?
Just hits, yeah.
Alright, so you take 10 points of slashing. It's max damage roll, I think. Yeah, so that's it for Forful. Yorn, what are you going to do?
How many hit points that the only goblin I see, have? So you're saying there's a chance?
Take it. Take it.
I'll firebolt him.
Alright, so you send a firebolt towards him.
Yes.
He does not have a shield right now. Oh, 24 strikes.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Give me the good roll. Give me the good roll.
Oh, alright. so he is burned to death. Ah, you immolate him with flames,
Good
and
one.
he falls down.
Okay, so 20 feet. Is the door open, or do I need to open it?
Yeah, you would, you'd probably have to open the door. So you're rushing into the burning house to try to save them?
Yep.
Alright, so I will say you run in the house, but I'll get back to you next turn. Win, you are in a bad situation. What do you want to do?
You don't have to be afraid of natural 1 anymore.
Yes.
No, I don't.
Now you have to
So
be
it's-
afraid of between 1 and... Oh, alright, well... Win has died.
Inspiration.
But why?
Wait, can I use-
Why didn't you use inspiration now?
I don't have inspiration.
Why?
You get one at the
cannot-
start of every game, no?
What was that?
Oh, I thought it was only if you get MVP.
No, you start
no,
out
you
with
get
one
No,
of these.
everyone
start-
starts with 1, but you do get one.
Yeah, you start with 1.
Oh, well then I would use inspiration now.
Alright, make
If
one
it's
more
allowed.
roll. Generally, sure.
Come
I'll let you...
Oh.
Alright, well...
Bad roll.
The dice have spoken. Win just...
No, it's okay. It's
Win-
I
okay
have
if he
3.
dies.
Can I use all 3 for him?
I think that was like
For one roll?
five rolls in a row below 10. So.
Yeah, no, I think it's okay if he dies too. It's all right. I just make a new character.
Alright, so unfortunately, Win has
It's
fallen.
an acceptable part of the game.
Yeah, so
Bad, but
you see Win... Do you want to say anything to Copper before Win expires?
Oh,
He's,
goblins.
it's like, wait, don't die on me, as he's trying to bandage you.
I hate hobgoblins.
Alright, and Win dies. Kite.
So, just point of order. Do you want me to create something?
Do you have a backup character?
I could not on this,
Alright,
but
if you,
I can.
well,
I have one on D&D.
so it's, I mean, you could probably throw something together fairly quickly, right? We can try to
Yeah.
get you back in. So yeah, why don't you start building something and
I'll start doing that.
all
Perfect.
Alright, Kite, what are you doing?
I'm gonna move the lights down.
Alright, go
Try
ahead.
and find the last guy. Go down here. Down here.
Here he is.
Here. Down here.
He looks like he is getting ready to fire at you again as he's illuminated, and he says, fuck. Or actually, you can't know what he says anymore because your
No.
guy is, yeah. So he just says something in Hobgoblin as he sees you bring the lights to him. Anything else?
If there's like any cover I can hide behind. I'm gonna.
Going prone will give him disadvantage on ranged attacks. Though you can still throw a firebolt at him, then go prone.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright, so you cast a firebolt pointing at him. Go ahead and give me a spell attack. 16 would be just enough because he doesn't have cover or a shield. So go ahead and give me damage. Oh, that really hurt. He is badly wounded, but holding on by a thread.
And now I hit the deck.
And you hit the deck going prone, making it harder to shoot you. That's good because he is definitely firing back at you as he moves back into the darkness again. And we'll take a shot at Kite at disadvantage. 18 becomes an 8, and he would miss you as the arrow hits the floor over here. Oh wait, no, he doesn't have disadvantage, it's just a wash. So 8, yeah, that would miss you. Copper, what are you doing?
I'll move my full 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 towards here. And god damn it, I can't see him, so I will move 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4,
so you
5, 6.
dash into the darkness, illuminating a larger area, and you can see him again. Anything else?
No.
Alright, Forful, you're running inside the house?
Yeah. What do I gotta do to
So once in the house,
window.
you see
Yeah.
that multiple things are on fire, and you do hear the screaming still. First off, I need a con save because there's a ton of smoke in here. Alright, so you resist the smoke, kind of keeping low and moving into the house. Then I need... I assume you're searching for the family?
Do I hear him screaming?
Yes, so you can either use perception or investigation to look around.
Oh, I'm very good in either of those. We'll do perception.
Alright, so that would be 11 with your passive. So with 11, you begin looking around, but so far you have not found them. So that would
I
be...
know at least if they're upstairs or downstairs? Like a...
there's only one
direction.
floor in the house.
Okay.
So at least at this point, yeah, you are still looking around. You hear them somewhere, but it's very hard to see. So you're kind of staggering through with all the smoke and heat. So you end your turn in the burning house. You would take 3.
Can I maybe as a bonus action like call out for whoever's inside to come towards me? So maybe
I kind of
again.
I assumed you were kind of calling out already.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they are not coming.
They are yelling. It sounds like they might be either... You would guess they might be tied up or stuck somewhere. Yorn.
Can I relay that, to Yorn at all? Like, does he know? Can I...
Yeah, sure. Yorn is...
Sounds like they're tied up somewhere.
Yeah.
So Yorn, you had entered the house already. I need a con save.
Yeah. Con save. Yes, here it is. Artificer +5.
So you made the con save. Starting in the house, you take 1 point of fire damage just from the heat. As there's just
fair enough.
Heat
Wait,
and
do
flames
robots
everywhere.
have to breathe?
They don't have to
No, but
breathe,
heat.
but it's still really hot, and they can't see very well in smoke. Like they don't have better seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you doing, Yorn? Searching for them?
Okay. Yeah, where is it? Is it a 2-floor house, by the way, or is it just one?
It's just
how many-
1 floor. Or no, you know what? I'll
Alright.
say it is 2 floor. Sorry.
Ooh, changing the rules. Yeah, I'll go wherever I can. I'll try to. Can I investigate to hear where the sound's coming from?
So yeah, you can use investigation or perception to look for them. Like look for clues as to where they might be, or just listen to the screams. Investigation. So you're looking around. You see some markings that might indicate they were drug upstairs. So you kind of start moving upstairs, I assume, yelling to Forful.
Yeah.
But you just said there's 1 floor.
I lied. Sorry, there's 2.
Okay.
You got pranked.
You got pranked, yeah. Forful didn't notice the stairway.
You got
He's like,
I didn't see it.
yeah. He's like, wait, there's stairs? What? He was with that.
I'm like, they're not even in here, Yorn.
Yeah.
What is this
No.
magic?
Forful's
What is this
actually
magic?
standing in the backyard right now. He has no idea what's
I'm
going
just
on.
going through the bushes. Yeah,
It's like, wait, this isn't the house. Win is not on the initiative anymore.
That's okay. Yeah.
Kite, what are you doing? You saw your friends rush in, and you see the 1 hobgoblin down here. You are currently prone.
Yes. Gonna shoot me again.
So
You
you're
can
gonna
fall down
You're
prone
gonna-
again,
Yeah.
right?
get up and fire at him.
I'm gonna move the lights first. I think that might be too far though. It's got to be within 120. So just so he knows.
He knows what's coming. All right, so all the lights just move right on him. And go ahead and give me a firebolt. I assume you get up and fire at him.
Yep.
15 would be... Ooh, I think that's 1 short, because he doesn't have a shield, but he has chainmail. So the bolt just barely misses him as it flies past. Anything else?
You can fall prone again, right?
Yeah. Or I
You can
might
even
move.
move 15
Yeah.
feet and fall prone again
Yeah,
as well.
I might move. Start trying to start like crawling through the wheat field.
Yeah.
I think
Get
I see.
down, get down.
Yeah, there's nothing to
Those
drop down.
arrows
Yeah.
fly past. All right, so you crawl north a
Hands
bit.
on my head.
Ah. And are you going prone?
Yep.
All right.
I'm lying down.
The hobgoblin goes. He is going to. He's very badly wounded. He's fighting. He's going to take aim at Copper. Try to bring him down. 5 versus AC. Not the best roll. He's going to then. Oops. Gonna move up this way into the wheat, getting some cover and getting back into darkness. Copper.
Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Alright, so
1, 2, 3,
Track him down.
4, 5, 6.
you're running right up there. Alright, so he looks like he's getting ready to fire at you again. Anything else?
No.
Alright, so Foreful in the house. You rush upstairs. I need another another perception or investigation as you're frantically looking for these people.
Ooh, perception again.
Okay.
Would it be? Can I just give the help action
Right,
to Yorn
so,
instead?
I'm
look
sorry.
around?
Just one thing. Just here, like instead of going here, I actually can go here. I'll
Sure.
just
That's
engage.
fine. Foreful, you can't really. You can make a roll from your own perception, but you can't give him advantage or anything.
All good. I'll do a check. you go.
14. Oh, other thing, since you started in the house, you would take 1 point of fire damage, and I need a con save. Yes, so you're okay. You burst into a room where you hear the screams, and you see a woman and a man tied up in here. They
Okay.
are looking kind of burned, and it looks like the man is unconscious. The woman is looking kind of frantic, trying to free herself. She looks like she's kind of burned and exposed to a bunch of smoke. What do you want to do?
And what are we like against the wall, or is there a window outside?
There's a window, yeah. You're on the second story, but there's a window in this room.
It's not that high.
It's only like a 15-foot drop.
Do this all the time.
I'm looking outside right now, second story. It's not that high for a Minotaur, right?
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, it's yeah, it's fine.
Okay, how about I'm gonna ask: do I have a better chance of carrying them out this turn, or just soaring out that window with them?
You think, because you already searched, you would probably need 2 turns to get them out. If you tried to
And
drag
Yorn
them down the
is
stairs.
like pretty close, right?
Yeah, Yorn's in the area. I mean, you could probably yell to him.
Yeah. I say, Yorn, you got me, right?
I got you.
Okay, and I'm gonna grab him and just jump out the window.
Alright. So you grab them, you smash the window.
Got like horns that can like rush, you know, if I have to break down the wall or whatever. The guy.
Alright, so you will all take some damage from the fall.
Can I take more than them? Like cut, like, you know what I mean?
So,
Right,
I
land
mean,
on you.
you're not slamming into the ground, but it's still pretty. I mean, they're not slamming into the ground, but it's still a pretty forceful, like, you know, fall and stop. So it's not like they'd be slamming into you, even though you're holding them. It still wouldn't be without damage to them.
We'll all be fine.
All right, so you fall 15 feet. I'm gonna say with 2 people in your arms, it's pretty hard to tumble. So you're just gonna take this one. Oh geez. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. That was max damage.
Okay, Yorn's got me. I'm KO.
Oh, so you like my leg. You fall down. Luckily, they don't take as much. I'll say, yeah, they probably had you as a bit of a cushion. So you are unconscious, but Yorn, what are you gonna do? You hear a loud. So you hear, you got me right, Yorn, from somewhere in the fire. You're like, yeah, and then you hear, Psh, oh God, my leg.
All right. Question.
Yeah.
Do I hear anything else coming from the house before I get out?
First off,
'Cause if
you
there's
take 4 points of fire damage, and I need a con save.
Oh.
It's hot in here.
Yeah, and I can't save.
Yeah.
I hope it's not to be
hot in
poison,
here.
because can't be
It's
poison.
Not poison. Ooh, you gain a level of exhaustion from smoke inhalation. Oh wait, you don't
Can
breathe,
be
I guess.
poisoned, Yorn.
I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you take fire
That's why I'm
damage,
asking.
but I guess you don't breathe, so you can't get smoke inhalation.
He thinks he's
That's why I
breathing,
was-
right? Because he thinks he's
He's
Yeah, I
coughing.
think
he's exhausted. Yeah, cough, cough.
Oh no, the air
It
around
is so
me.
smoky in here. So what are you gonna do? Yeah, you just took
man.
some fire damage.
I'm obviously gonna go see Forfall, but before I go, I wanna check if there's anybody else
Yeah, make sure
around
nobody
that, because
Uh,
they didn't say anything. So
So do you want
else-
to
Maybe
make
loot the house.
just in the fire start taking stuff? I mean, you can stay in here as long as you want, but it is dealing damage to you.
where's
So
the chest? Where's their chest?
Where's the chest?
do you want to start looking for loot?
No. I just wanted to know. Ask them if no. Did they say if there was anybody else inside, or is it just the two of them?
So
Did they
you-
say anything?
I don't think. Well, you weren't in the room. You don't even know what happened.
No.
You just heard Forfall yell, "You
Exactly.
got me right, buddy!" And then you heard glass breaking, and you heard, "Oh!" And yeah, he probably
Yeah.
fell in. You probably don't
I feel like
hear
you could
anymore.
climb out of a second story.
So maybe-
Also, without
Yeah, if
damage.
you didn't have two people in your
Jumping
hand, you
head
probably could have
first.
climbed.
Probably hurts a little more.
Yeah.
So do you want to go see what happened, or you just?
Well. Yeah, that's the plan.
All right, so you go
I'm
towards
gonna-
the noise. You see the window is broken. You probably see Forfall lying on the ground down there with
Dead.
two people laying next to him.
And a broken leg.
Maybe the
Yeah.
farmer girl has magic and can help me. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna ask her. Is there anybody else inside?
She looks
If
up,
she's gonna.
sees your weird warforged form, and kind of screams a little like, "Oh God!" She says, "No, there's no one else in there. It's just us. Do you know
Okay,
where my
I'm
son
gonna jump
is?"
down as well.
Oh.
Yeah, he's fine. He's at Char. He's back in the town, and I'm gonna jump down as well next to Forfall.
All right. So since you don't have
Climb down. Climb. You can climb safely. I'm
Can
sure.
I climb?
yeah,
Yeah,
you
but it wouldn't be funny
so
if I passed
you
out as
can-
well.
You can give me athletics or
Learn from my
acrobatics.
mistake.
Well,
Athletics
Forfall
or
had a
acrobatics?
bunch of people in his hands, so he just
Yeah.
had to jump. But yeah, athletics or acrobatics to either climb or try to tuck and roll. That's not the
Oh,
best
it's
roll.
not bad.
So you wouldn't get away unscathed. You take 3 points of damage as you land, but you kind of roll with it, so you get rid of some of the force, and you just kind of fall prone. Ugh.
Okay, and I'm prone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's my action.
Yeah. So Kite, what are you
Okay.
gonna do?
But wait, is that his movement or his action?
It was his action because he kind of looked around, then climbed, and
Damn it.
yeah.
I thought this was like 5 actions in one turn. Come
Hey.
on.
Yep, I'm gonna
Jordan, you got me right.
stand up and shoot the last one with a fireball.
Yeah, so you hear some breaking and some people falling out of the house. Then you shoot a firebolt, trying to get rid of this guy. Oh, and that would strike, and he is at 1 hit point, so he goes down. Ah. All right, the battle is ended. Good job, everyone.
I gotta say, I love having medicine. It's the best thing.
Yeah, you
So-
can make so many good decisions based on that.
Okay, so I'm KO though, right?
Yep.
You're unconscious, that's true. So Forfall is in danger of dying right now. So for the time
Okay.
being, Kite, I'm just going to go
Well-
through the initiative.
Yeah, then I have to go back to where I was. Sorry.
You don't
I
necessarily
don't
know.
want to die.
Yeah,
Unlike Win, who wished to die.
unlike Win. So Copper might not necessarily know, but I guess he. So are you going to
This
start
thing-
running towards over here?
I'll just dash towards the house. That's the only place where something is happening, right?
All right, go ahead and move.
Mm,
So Foreful, I
Second.
need a death save.
Got it. Coming up.
Ooh, you get one step closer to death. Jorn. Yorn, what are you doing?
Do I have any healing stuff on me? I do not have anything at the moment. I'll just try to save.
So you could make a medicine
For-
check to.
Yeah,
I
I'll-
mean, you have medicine, so you should be good
Yeah,
at
yeah.
this.
Yeah, no, I was just checking if I have anything to heal, like any.
Good. Be good
Something
at
to
this, he
stabilize.
says.
Oh,
Oh
no!
my god.
So do you have a medicine kit?
No, that's what I was checking, and I do not. Not at the
Ah.
moment, so yeah.
All right, so no, an 8 would not be enough, and he continues to die. Kite, what do you
Oh
do?
my god.
Did that girl?
Really two
Can she
people.
heal? The farmer girl?
Yeah.
Can she help?
She's probably helping her husband, to be
She's
fair.
like a mom, you know. They know how to, you know.
They know how to heal people.
I've been sick my whole life. My mom helps me out.
So
Maybe never died, but-
she.
she'll
I'm gonna
kiss you,
say.
so no
I'm
boo-boo.
gonna say she's trying to save her husband because he took damage and
Yeah.
he's bleeding out.
Isn't he unconscious as
selfish.
well? So yeah.
Yeah. No, she would fail, like cursing, like, "Come on, don't die on me." Kite, what are you doing?
I'm rushing over to help.
All right, so go ahead and move over there. But would you have enough movement to get there, or did you have to dash?
I had to die.
All right, so the hobgoblin is not on anymore. Copper.
I'll have to do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll to do a medicine check again.
So you see Foreful and the woman's husband are both bleeding out. You're gonna go for Foreful.
Probably yes.
All right.
We don't care
I
about
don't know
no
that. I don't know that
PCs,
person.
NPCs.
All right, go ahead. Give me a medicine
Jeez.
check.
Come on, I rolled a.
a
I rolled a
little
like
bit.
5. You can't roll worse than me.
We got.
Oh,
Come on.
Oh my fucking god.
So Copper and Gorn are just trying desperately to save Foreful, but he just keeps bleeding out.
I'm just
These
staying
Warforged
and
don't know
I'm
how to
just,
do it.
So
I'm just looking at him like,
Foreful,
how do I how do I repair you? How do I repair you?
You are in
And
you are in danger territory. You might want to use an inspiration point.
Can I roll first and then use an inspiration?
No, you cannot. You
I
have
have
to
to
choose
say
before.
I'm gonna use an inspiration.
To get advantage. Yes.
We'll do that. I got 3.
All right. So you spend an inspiration point. 18,
Yeah.
and
Anyway.
you get a second
Flat.
roll. You might roll a 20. No. All right. So you gain 1 success as you fight back against the death, and you are 1 step closer.
My
to-
dream state. I'm like, I don't have to worry because I know Yorn's got me. He said he would. I don't have to worry.
He said he yelled something back at me through the smoke. Yorn,
I'm-
what are you gonna do?
I'm barely surviving myself. I'm here like with my metal hands, just trying to patch you up.
Connect the wires. Connect the wires.
Please,
War as
please,
hell.
please.
All right.
then.
Yeah.
So Yorn, you do stabilize your buddy Foreful.
Oh,
Kite. You see the woman's
I'm at 0,
husband. Yeah, you're at 0. You see the woman's husband is still in danger. Do you want to try the medicine check? You there,
Save
Kite?
the husband. Save the husband.
You don't think he will last
Yeah.
much longer. So go ahead. Give me, if you have healing or a medicine check, up to you.
I will try and do a medicine.
The woman yells, "Please, please help him." Oh, all right. Well, no, you're not much help. The woman actually gets a success, and she stabilizes her husband. She says, "Oh, thank the gods." And actually, at this point, we are all safe. So I'll drop out of initiative.
Oh,
holy shit!
oh.
All right. Why don't we take a 5-minute break to stretch,
Yeah,
and
let's
I will be back in a moment when we use the restroom.
Okay. One second.
So Win,
Yo,
how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I got
What do
another
you-
character all ready.
Yeah,
that?
what you got for us?
I got a bugbear fighter.
Yo, that sounds epic.
So
I think I have a character ready for whenever this, because I can tell I'm not gonna last long. I've been at 1 hate point for the past. Like we fought 2 times. I almost died 2 times. So I'm like,
yep.
gonna go for a fairy monk.
I had 3 critical hits on me.
Yeah, I know you got
That's
so
not great,
good
eh?
lucky.
What was that?
It's not great being crit 3 times.
Mm-mm. But I'll take
Okay,
it.
but I'm KO, eh? Like I can't even talk or move.
That's the one thing. Maybe I should have gone with a cleric, because the one thing we don't have is a cleric or a paladin. Anyone who could, or even a druid.
I mean, what you mean healers in general?
We don't have anything that can heal.
Well, I mean next level. Literally, when I get next level, I can give everybody like 8 hit points per turn. So yeah, it's just for the moment I can't do shit.
Yep.
Yeah, next level, I will have aid as well. So
That's cool.
no, not next. Yeah, on second. Yeah, I'm multi-class, so level after that.
It's
But I
Win
think
that.
I think a cleric would be quite good, like a.
Well,
pure
that's what
cleric.
Win was. Yeah, Win was a half cleric, half fighter, but didn't realize that he. Yeah, it doesn't help when the cleric gets killed.
Hmm. Maybe a paladin. He can heal a little bit.
Yeah. But this was I had a bugbear that I was using in another campaign, so I sort of brought everything over from that. So
Hmm.
this is what I threw together in a pinch.
Understood.
Fair enough.
I think
So what
that
happened?
one-
Because I was having to build up my character or bring it over. So you guys just rushed in, or some of you rushed into the house, and there was a woman and a guy there, and it seems like Forful found him and threw him out the window.
No, Forful
He
jumped out the
with
window.
them,
Okay.
breaking both
almost
his
died.
legs in the progress. Yeah.
Yeah, and he took maximum of 2d6 of 12 damage. That actually brought him
Just
down.
went down. All right.
Yeah, he started. He failed it. We all started failing medicine check.
Yep, I got that
We
part.
roll really badly on healing and we're really bad at staying alive with medicine.
I'm supposed to be the fucking medicine person, and I fuck up.
Basically, I haven't taken a single point of damage this fight.
It was
That's
just
the,
doctor from World.
Must be
Yep.
nice.
Yeah, as I again just have a big arrow sticking out my shoulder. Hurts.
Oh, by the way, remind me I need to give Forful some of my vials of acid, because since Forful is only like hitting with non-magical stuff, give him something that's not always
Yeah, I don't
everybody
have
resist.
too much yet going on.
Yeah, I'll give you some vials of acid so you can, do damage with something that isn't just, regular, resisted by most enemies.
I think he'll just drink them.
But
Yeah,
don't drink my
yeah.
acid. I can make 2 a day. Don't drink them, please.
It's green and colorful.
All right. So is everyone back?
Yes.
So
Ah,
the house is on fire. You have 2 unconscious people. What is
No, we
the
don't.
group? Yeah, you have the Minotaur and the husband.
Oh yeah, unconscious. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
Uh,
I forgot about the husband.
what do you want?
and one
to do?
dead. I don't think we're gonna leave Win here just to rot.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I would like to not be unconscious also, if possible.
Mhm.
Does anyone have healing?
No.
No.
Win was the healer.
So if there's no healing, you will wake up in 1d4 hours at 1 hit point.
I would like to argue if I could wake up right now for no
No apparent reason. You make the argument, but unfortunately, you do not wake up right now.
Okay.
Are we
Okay.
far from the town?
If I want to
So
also check if we're if everyone's gone as well, like if there's no one else skulking around in there.
yeah,
That's a leak check
you're
out
just
and
gonna start looking around.
Yeah, I want to make sure that we did get them all and we aren't going to be fucking ambushed as we're dragging the unconscious people back. Or waiting for reinforcements to come.
If you look around the farm, you can probably take like 10 minutes and use either investigation or perception. And is anyone else going with him?
Investigate.
I guess I'll
I'll do that as
investigate.
well.
Okay.
Well, if you're going, then I'm gonna stay and keep an eye on the unconscious people.
I'll investigate.
Yeah, I'll stay and.
All right. So looking around, no, it seems like the place just had these 4 hobgoblins and the ogre. You don't see any other enemies in the area. There is what looks like a storm cellar in the back, like an entryway into maybe an area under the house, but you don't really find anything else out of the ordinary.
Okay, but the house is still on fire.
Yes, the house is still burning.
Not much we can do here.
No. Is it going to rain?
Not as far as you can tell.
Okay.
So I'll pass
I have a
some...
question.
Yeah.
How long is it gonna take for the guards to come?
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. You'd assume that they're
Okay.
probably not far behind. They said they were just gathering some reinforcements and they were going to come.
All right, fair enough. Then yeah, we'll just
Let's just
wait, I guess.
All right, so
Shall
time
we take
passes.
a short rest?
You can
Oh.
start.
Short rest?
You can start short resting. Everyone except, unfortunately, the Minotaur, who is unconscious.
It's a different kind of rest.
Yeah, he has to wake up first before he can rest. So you start short resting, and actually,
Wait, but by the end of their short rest, I should have woken up, right? Or in sometime in the middle.
1d4 hours. So it could be at the end of their short rest, or it could be like 3 hours later. But I already rolled it, so you don't have to worry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Is it
you
that,
start
though?
you start short resting, and actually, let me talk to Snarky in the secret channel really quick
Oh,
about your character.
Okay.
okay.
All right. So you said you want to be a bugbear who lives in the area.
Yeah, so just I had a bugbear in another campaign, so I was able to just bring it over quickly. But if you nerf it, that's okay. But yeah, so he was just if bugbears are in this world, he would just be sort of a.
Is that a playable race in the books? I don't remember.
I just went to roll 20, and hit the character mancer, and it came up as a race. If you
Do you know what book those are from?
I have to go back into the character mancer.
Let me
Valo's
see.
guide.
Bugbear monster races. Okay, is that Volo?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if it's a playable race in Volo, we can use that. So you would have to be the same level as the group. I don't know if you'd have to de-level the character or something.
Well, the group is level 2, right?
Yes.
So I built him as a second level.
All right. So you should be okay. Just make sure, he's point by average HP and starting funds, which is just the basic starting funds.
Yeah.
All right, because I'm actually going to probably have your character just rush in at this point if he was living in the area.
And again, if you I have no problem. I don't get beholden to my characters like some. If it seems like something that doesn't work, just let me know after this, and we'll come up with something else.
All right, sounds good.
All right, cool.
All right.
Yeah, with our light problem.
So
I need to use dancing lights earlier.
as you're resting, give me a D20 roll.
Not 4 full, right?
Yeah. So as you're all kind of, I assume you get away from the burning house.
1 second.
Yeah.
So we'll say maybe you're over by the field over here. Or, okay, I guess you could be there too. So as you're sitting there resting, you would see a figure approaching in the darkness, coming towards the house from the southeast. What would you look like to them?
I ready firebolt.
That's not a bad idea. So
Alright,
you
I'm back.
see
What happened?
like a 7-foot tall, super long-limbed, sort of brownish, hairy. If you're familiar with bugbears, they would jump out at you right away. Orange skin, sort of greenish eyes, with chainmail, a big glaive in his hands, sort of racing towards the area, speaking in common. Help them, help them. We must save. And if I knew, I would supposedly know the family because he's supposed to live in the area. So whatever the family name is, he'd be saying out loud, let's get them out of there. Let's get them out of there.
Well, you would see them laying on the ground.
Okay, so I'd see them laying on the ground and I'd be like, let's put out the fire. Let's put out the fire. These are my friends.
So
They
the
don't have water.
house, at this point, the house is pretty much like, it's gone. There, you would know there's nothing you can do for it. It's too badly burned. But yeah, you do
Right.
see these people sitting around the unconscious farmers. The woman would wave and she says, "Oh, hello. It's good to see you."
Hello. And what's her name? Because I would assume I'd know it.
Her name is Alice. And what's your name?
Clog.
She
Clog
says-
Stoven.
She says, "Clog, these are friends. Everyone, this is Clog. He lives in the forests in the area to the north of here."
Yes. What happened here? What's going on? And I would sort of scan around. I'd see like the little dead hobgoblin to the south, and see these strange folks around Alice and her husband. And while I heard her words saying that they were friends, I would still be very suspicious and wait for one of them to speak.
Interesting. I turn towards like Yorn and I look at the bugbear and I say, like, he does look like a similar model to the one we just dispatched of. Oh, I mean species.
Does anyone have nature?
I mean, nope.
I don't.
Okay. So yeah, you wouldn't know much about this this race of people.
Is there
But we see Alice talking to them, so I assume.
But yeah, Alice does seem to know who he is, and she seems like she trusts him.
All right, that's all I need.
I
Oh, the
changed.
ghost.
It's a ghost of Wynn.
It's funny because I changed it on my character sheet.
I have to reassign the picture.
All right. Yeah, because you'll see the picture and the name there.
I don't see the picture associated with your character though.
Huh. I see it on mine.
I do. It's like a weird thing with ears and teeth.
Well,
Which
that's
doesn't
the
really describe
that's
it
the
at all, but
yeah, that's the bugbear. Oh, did you use your? Did you just? Okay, I see what
I
you
just
did.
restarted my whole. I just used Character Master to restart and re-edit my
All right.
win.
Gotcha. I made you a separate
Okay.
character sheet because I was going to keep the character, but that's
Oh,
fine. So
I messed it up.
then we'll just delete that, and I'll use this one. But I can make you a picture or a token later. But yeah, that's what you all
Yeah.
would see.
Okay, that is quite scary.
Orangish creature with some red hair and
Reddish brown.
pretty muscular, pretty big, but he does not look like he is attacking you, so that's good.
Okay.
But Alice says, Clog, do you have any herbs or anything? And she kind of points to the unconscious Minotaur and her husband. She says, do you have any healing you can help us with?
Nothing that would bring them back from their state. I only have these herbs here to maybe help them rest a little bit.
Do you have medicine
Better.
or herbalism?
No, I didn't have a chance to kind of go that in depth.
All right.
But at this point now.
So as you all are kind of getting acquainted, you would hear noise coming from
am I
the
still
road.
unconscious?
Yes, you are still unconscious, unfortunately. But you would hear some noise from the road, and you would see the town guard arriving. They're running over, and they say, contractors, what happened here? They kind of see the hobgoblins as they start to put two and two together.
Any chance they have healing?
Is anyone saying
We
anything?
just start
No, it's not gonna work yet.
this ogre band attacked the farm. We got the farmers out, and I point to the arrow still in my shoulder.
They say, well, and they're starting to kind of run around and survey the area and try to get everything under control. One of them looks at the house and he says, I don't think we can save the house at this point. They say, the farmer, is he dead?
Unconscious.
What I assume, he would look closer. He says, "Oh, good, they're both breathing." And one of the soldiers yells from over here. He says, "It looks like a friendly went down." And the other soldier says, "I'm sorry for your loss." And
It was a good friend we lost.
they basically would start kind of cleaning up the area, making sure it's safe. But an hour would pass. You can do your rest, and Foreful, you would wake up because I only rolled a 1.
Okay.
Oh,
Ugh.
Can I use arcane recovery?
Thorin, you saved me.
Yeah, you can.
Damn.
What?
My head
Do I have 1
dies.
health?
You're at 1 hit point right now. Yep.
Sweet. All I need.
And you would see this new orange giant standing over everyone.
Whoa! Hey, big fella.
Hello there, big fella.
Give him a big handshake. Big one.
Yes,
So
and I would even.
Foreful kind of struggles to his feet,
Predator.
raises up and leans forward, giving you a big old handshake.
How tall is Foreful?
I think I heard what you said, and I believe I'm shorter. Not that
Okay.
it matters.
Yeah, no, I would just be like, I don't see
It
others.
doesn't matter, you know. Just
I think
no, I'm just
Foreful.
curious.
yeah, I just looked. I'm 6'4". It says on my thing that I made my guy.
I think you might look
short for a
stronger
Minotaur.
than him. I don't know. What's your strength, Clog?
17.
All right, so you're both looking pretty buff. You're flexing a little as
Competition,
you
yeah,
as you
yeah.
shake hands.
We have different talents.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Probably
the
can't even juggle.
yeah, you can't juggle. So the guards start rounding up the hobgoblins, and he says they see the ogre and they say, "Good gods, that thing is large. I'm glad you were able
we
to
gotta-
bring it down."
That's not a nice way to talk about Foreful.
We
Yeah.
will,
Gravity did
Good
that.
one, Yorn. Or whoever said that? It was Yorn.
one of the guards
was me.
says, "We will let the town know that you killed these 5. So if you go to the barracks, there should be a reward for you."
Yeah, we're
Thank
gonna
you.
take their ears as well.
He says, "No, you don't have to. We'll just let them know you killed them."
All right.
Actually, if
I
I
mean, you
if I
can
recall
if you
correctly,
want,
if I recall correctly, we have a buyer who takes those armor, swords, and bows, and I point towards.
well,
hobgoblins.
he took that one shipment. That doesn't even mean he's going to buy all of them.
Oh,
You could ask him again,
And-
though.
Is
I could, yeah.
the house still burning, or is it kind of? burnt
Yeah, I
down?
mean, the house at this
Nice.
point is probably burning out. Like, there's
Okay.
it's not
Yeah.
as bright at this point. Like, the fire's dying down because there's not as much to burn. But
Okay.
the
What kind
the
of loot do these
guards.
guys have? Yeah.
So they have their standard armaments, like the longbow, the arrows, the sword, shield, and chainmail. The ogre, I'll say if you search them, they probably had about 15 gold pieces among them. The ogre didn't really have much, just like a pouch with like weird, dirty things in it.
I wonder if his ear is still on gold.
You don't know, but
Yeah.
the soldiers said that they would let the town hall know that you
Yeah.
killed them.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
Now
yeah,
that
that's.
Go ahead.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I was just gonna say, now that the fire's died down, I want to see if I can check out the cellar.
All right. So are you gonna say anything? You're just gonna go back there and take a look.
I'll go back there and just
loot
take
it
a look.
though. It's not ours.
No, but I was
They-
gonna go.
We have owners here with us, and you're gonna go loot their house.
No.
Yeah.
Have you ever played an RPG? You just walk around and start taking stuff.
Yeah.
Hello there.
So the cellar door is locked. There's a padlock on it.
Okay.
Do you have a
Do
way
you need
of
thieves'
opening
tool?
it, or
I have thieves' tool. If you come to me and ask for, I have thieves' tool.
I do not have these tools.
all right? So yeah, you could probably try to break it open, but it looks fairly solid. But at this point, the guards are kind of gathering everyone up. They're gonna head back to town.
Okay.
They're gonna bring
Let's
her
go
husband,
then.
who's still unconscious, and they're gonna bring him to the priest and see if the priest can help him.
So that's what
Now-
Clog was going to offer. Clog was going to see his friends, and so he was going to offer to carry, assuming that the group is going back to the town, he was going to offer to carry the husband.
So the guards actually recognize you because you do trade in town from time to time.
Yeah.
So they would greet you. They would say, he says, Clog, we're happy that the hobgoblins haven't gotten to you yet. These lands, these areas have been overrun with their attacks. If you want, of course, you're welcome to come back to town with us.
Yeah. So what to do that though? I want to make sure that Alice and her husband are okay. And
Well-
I know they had a son, and I want to make sure that he is okay too.
Their son is all right. He's being treated by the priests, and we're going to bring Alice and Robert back to the shrine to be treated as well.
I guess we need to go back and actually finish our rest, because if you remember, we were woken up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So we still need a couple of hours
yeah.
to finish the long rest we've done.
Yeah, I need sleepy.
All right. So
Clog would want to make sure that Alice and Robert and their son, despite what the guard said, he would still want to personally make sure they made it back okay.
well, the guard, said that you're welcome to join them.
Yeah.
All right, so they are gonna start moving back towards town.
I
At
guess
this
if
point,
we're not going to do anything with the hobgoblins with their loot, would we just like donate it to the town? I guess they can just take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so yeah, the
I can't imagine
guards.
we'll get much.
The guards would probably. They're probably not going to take the armor right now, but they'll take the weaponry. So
Yeah,
they
they can
Yeah, if
whatever
the
they want
group
with it.
if the group doesn't want any of their armaments, they would just take the hobgoblin stuff.
I already marked the money in the party thing. Only $15, so it's
Yeah, let's
fair
keep
enough.
it in the treasury.
All right. So the group is heading back towards town.
I wanted to do one final investigation before we left. I want to, because they tied them up, I wanted to see if I could see why they were there. If they were, searching for something, were, some drawers.
What are you in, or how are you going to figure that out?
If everything's burned down, it would be easier to inspect to see if the drawers were out.
I mean, most of the stuff in the house is destroyed at this point.
Yeah.
Probably maybe ask them. Ask the
Yeah.
farmers. They
Yeah,
probably know
okay.
better.
Yeah, I asked them on the way back then. I want to talk to them about what they were doing there.
All right. So as you're traveling, I'll say, you can go up to Alice and, ask her, what happened, and she would say, we were hiding out in the farm. We had all our food here. We didn't know if going to town was the right decision, so we were keeping hidden mostly in our basement. But these raiders came. They found us, and our son got away. But we did not. And they had tied us up in the house and set fire to it after they had looted the place. So,
Well, your son saved you. That's for sure.
Yeah.
and she says,
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad he's all right. And actually, you would have noticed. Sorry, Kite, I should have mentioned there was a bunch of food in back of the house that they had dragged out, along with some supplies.
Okay. I laid that on the cart so they can take it with them to town. It is their food.
All right.
And
So yeah,
food
we'll
in
say
town is good.
we'll say the guards are bringing the food back as well as the other things the hobgoblins were stealing. So you would get back to town. It's very late. It's like 2:30 in the morning at this point. And I assume you're all going back to bed?
Yeah, I figure
Yep.
we need to finish.
Yeah.
Alright. So you would return to sleep. It's pretty quiet for the rest of the evening. So go ahead and spend money for upkeep for the day. I assume you're all living just like normal lifestyle, right?
Yes, that's
I
two
was
gold.
I was living 4 gold, right, per day.
Yeah. Did you
I
pay
was
for
living-
this day already, or I forget if we did?
Oh
that.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
did. 'cause
We did?
slept,
We did already,
and
yeah.
then-
Yeah, that's right. We started at
Yeah.
the beginning. Okay, so it's already paid. So you sleep for the evening. You would awaken probably a little bit later, since you had the issue with the rest. So it's about 10 a.m. when you get up. Go ahead and give yourself a full rest. So you can
dang.
remove a level of exhaustion for those who are knocked unconscious, and you get your HP and half of your hit dice back, which is 1 hit die at this point.
Real quick, what is the name of the town we're at again?
Char.
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 Okay. No, that's easy enough.
All right, so this is
The whole
the
name.
90th of
Where?
summer.
What a night.
What a night. You wake up in the morning feeling rested and rejuvenated. The talk of the town is once again the contractors saving group of farmers, and a bunch of people are in the bar in the morning to greet you, thank you again, and ask about what happened, to tell them the story. What does the group want to
Oh,
do?
we'll tell it.
All right, so
Yeah,
you,
of course you will.
so your performer, and I guess the bugbear is there as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say Clog would come over, and once you buy them a round of drinks, and ask them to tell the story of what happened to his friends.
Oh, I give the classic, bagpipe version of the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
All right, so while
amazing.
while you're kind of giving the story in the morning, one of the guards comes in, and he has a priest with him. The priest would approach the party and say, I just wanted to talk to you about your friend. We were going to set up a funeral for him, and I just wanted to know, does he have family in
Yeah.
town or anyone we could contact? Do you know much about where he came from or who he is?
Yeah, we're his family.
I see.
We've only known him for like 5 days.
He was
Oh.
family.
But Copper is obviously excited. He's a funeral. It's so interesting. I have never participated in one.
The priest might give you a bit of a funny look and say,
Yeah.
well, any if you have any information or anyone who could speak on his behalf, his funeral ceremony will be this evening. I'm sure that the town will come out to lay rest one of their heroes.
Clog would go, is this the one who was with your party that died last night?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I honor him for his help to my friends.
Yeah,
It takes a step.
you guys would get along.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of remind me of him.
It's in the voice.
Yeah, probably.
Sometimes I can still hear his voice.
Well, the priest would just nod and say, well, I'll see you all there tonight then, and we can lay your friend to rest.
Yep.
All right, so he leaves. What does the group want to do?
Yeah.
We had
Clog
a
would-
meeting.
I had
Yeah,
a
Clog-
meeting too.
Go ahead.
Oh no.
Quickly,
I just-
I'll just
go
say
ahead.
I made a list of things that we were told from the mayor we have to do?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Or
Maybe
can
let's
do?
go over this one.
Okay, so we can go to the Blackwater Estate. Our buddy told us this, the
Yeah.
priest. He wants to meet us. Aelin Blackwater. He's the adventurer. Maybe talk to him, Blackwater. Then we have to either scout outside the walls for further information on where they are, all the baddies. Then we have to talk to the West Guard about info on what he thinks we should do, like where to look first.
Mhm.
Then if there's anything else you guys want to do, there, like, up together, we got kind of. That's it.
Did you get any? I heard you got some info about this cursed church. Did you? Or
Oh.
am I
I think he gave
imagining
he gave
stuff?
very brief
he gave
info,
us-
something about like just stay away from there.
Never
So,
go
Ah,
there.
okay.
That was our
It was
information.
from like a really long time ago. And she said
Oh,
she didn't even want us to like figure it out. She
Think
said
about it,
maybe
yeah.
eventually, but I
Don't
think
tell
that's
me
what
what
You
to
go
do.
there, you
kind
go.
of-
So yeah, apparently anyone who has come to try to deal with it has just either gone mad or wandered off into the woods.
Yeah.
So
Like-
pretty much, I mean, the church doesn't really hurt anyone. The townsfolk just know to steer clear of it. Every now and then,
So maybe,
someone gets adventurous and then just disappears into the church. But for the most part, it doesn't bother the town.
Maybe one day we can kind of deal with it, but I think there's other
Yeah,
stuff
probably.
to do. for
But
that.
I think we have a whole day. It's just the beginning of the day, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blackwater
I was just saying that-
Estate is just here.
I think I am waiting I think what's his name, Doru said he was gonna come to give me my potion, and I had a thing to ask to him, but that's my day anyway. But
Yeah,
I think we can
Doru-
spend this.
Go ahead.
I think we can spend this day just to go visit Blackwater Estate and the
Yeah.
guy who
Yeah.
wanted us to come. Why not?
sounds right. Sounds right to fair to me.
So,
Clog
as,
would
uh,
ask.
Go ahead.
I would.
Clog would ask, "What are you all doing in this town? What brought you here?"
We were guarding the caravan that brought a bunch of food here. You might have heard of us. We're the contractors.
Ah, so you're the ones, the helpful ones that brought the caravan and all the goods to town. They were desperately needed.
That's right, Clog. You look like a evil body man. What are you up to today?
Well, that's
Well,
what
I
I
was-
said. I'm interested in getting rid of the scourge that has fallen around the land of raiders and evil presence.
I was gonna
Um,
make a suggestion.
Go for it.
Hey, go ahead.
If you guys go and see the Blackwater Estate, I think they mentioned that Clog, who lives in the woods around these parts, so he will be helpful with me. And I pull out the map, plotting their paths and where they come and go. If you don't mind assisting me.
I would
That
love
would
to.
be great.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you want to go see Blackwater, if you don't mind, Clog, we can get.
Yeah, you
to
want to
this
split up
with
for
the
a little?
map.
Like, some of us go talk to the guy and you guys map out, figure things out?
Yeah.
We would do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the talking to the guy is gonna take too long. I don't think there is a big reason to split up. It's not like we're in a hurry or something to do things in parallel.
Yeah, sure, we could do
Maybe-
it all together.
Maybe just go
that's
talk
fine.
to him and then decide, and then we can map it out and scout it together. It's just I don't think that splitting up, if there is no time pressure, makes a lot of sense.
I agree.
I really want to get this map done. Better laid
Yeah.
plans means
Yeah, very good.
higher
Yeah,
chance
why
of
don't
success.
why don't we all stick around and do the map and then we'll go to Blackwater after?
Yeah, we can do that.
No,
as
you
well.
go to Blackwater straight ahead. You should go. We've already kept him waiting, seeing as we
Right.
got up
You
3
wanna
hours
come
late
or
after our
something?
deal.
Mm.
No, I really want to get this done.
You don't mind waiting, you aren't at all.
Can I roll for deception here? I feel like I'm being.
Hey, I remember you said something, but I don't think I heard you say it, so that's why I was filling you know.
I don't think he's. Are you doing any deception, or is he just wanting to get the map done?
Well, last session he said he wanted to stay clear of it or something, so I think he's trying to deceive us.
Are you trying to deceive us? Like it's fine if you are. Are you just trying to deceive us?
No, I really want to get the map done.
All right. No. Yeah. Then he would seem like he just wants to get this done.
Okay,
Fair
we'll
enough.
split up then. I know it's whatever. We're in the city. Nothing
Oh,
much
fine.
will happen.
So,
Split up
Clock,
now.
do you mind traveling with us a little bit? We got a free spot open recently.
He's not
well-
even buried. I was going to ask him tomorrow.
Well, Clog has already offered that he feels so upset about what has happened to his friends, and it's a building upset and anger as to what's happening to the area, that he has been waiting for a group to come by to sort of help in ridding the land of the raiders and such. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
DM, help me out here.
Is it a yes?
Oh no,
hey,
you
it's
dug
your
yourself in this
character.
hole.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was anything. I wasn't here last week, so I'm trying to remember if anything was leaked else or learned also about what was happening in the area.
I think it's mostly just been these hobgoblins have been attacking farms and attacking the caravans. So that's pretty much. I mean, I imagine your guy, if he lives in the woods, is probably. Do you have survival? Are you trained in survival?
I'm looking at that now. No, more. No,
Alright,
he's got a 2
so
for survival.
If you were living in the woods untrained with survival, you probably would have been not doing great either. Maybe you get most of your food from the town. So yeah, you might actually be kind of. Well,
I would probably change that
maybe,
with more thought.
All right,
Go
sure.
ahead.
If you want to, I mean, if you want to say you had survival, you could maybe have your own little
Makes more
farm
sense
that you were
now.
living off the land.
Yeah.
If not,
Yeah.
then maybe you had some food saved up from from before. But either way, it's up to you. But yeah, you definitely would want to see things go back to normal if this was your kind of home area.
So I
it has not
unchecked
been
performance and put it on survival because I don't know why he'd have performance. Anyway, yeah. So I would be aware of the hobgoblins, and I hate that I am associated with evil hobgoblins and goblins, and there are some of us who of that group that are good, that are believers in helping all races and types of people, and that taking things by force and violence are wrong.
Yeah, and actually several of the people in the bar would say, yeah, we know Clog. He's a good guy. He comes and drinks here sometimes.
Sick.
Although we thought you'd been killed after all the hobgoblin things happened because we hadn't heard from you. I'm glad to see you're doing okay. Are you joining the contractors?
I'm hoping to. The hobgoblins so
right
far
now.
have been... Yeah.
Says they are a strange group. They have a large horned creature in their midst, so it would make sense that they would allow you to join them as well.
I was
Just
gonna say, he
probation
makes me
period?
feel-
Yeah, exactly. Interview.
2 robots, a minotaur, and a bugbear
Yeah,
walk into a bar.
We have to do
And
the
a human.
interview process.
Dude, what are you talking about?
But actually, as you're speaking, an individual is going to approach the table, who stands out as he is very muscular and has no shirt on. He says, "Contractors, it's good to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you." And you might note that a bunch of people in the bar would back away a bit at this point, kind of going quiet and talking amongst themselves. He has a big old smile on his face, and he says, I'm very happy to have had your help bringing the caravan supplies into town, and I'm hoping that your group can do more to help with this bugbear or hobgoblin problem." He says, "Name's Neil," and he gives you a big old smile as he puts his hand out to shake hands.
Wait, and the people are looking like they're trying to like get quiet.
Are they scared? They
Give
scared
me
or they...
give me insight checks.
I don't know what this guy's deal is. Oh, there we go.
So, yeah. So most of you might just think that, yeah, maybe they're for some reason intimidated by him. And Foreful, you definitely get the sense that he might be known to these people and maybe not liked, or maybe just feared a little bit, whoever he is.
So I'm gonna tap Clog on the shoulder, give him a wink, like, "Hey, here's your interview," and I can stand. How tall is this guy?
Neil's probably about 6'3", very muscular. As I said, no shirt. Doesn't look like he has much pants on either. Just like kind of a cloth and some
Log and I
boots.
are taller than this guy, right? So we're
Yeah.
gonna
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of size him up. You know what I mean? Give him a what's up? You know, be
He
nice,
gives
but
you
also like
he gives you a big old smile
face.
and flexes his pecs a bit. Says greetings.
Clog laughs and goes, ha 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 ha. Yes, Neil.
Says
Subtle, the
Clog.
subtle
You're not impressed.
He says-
Copper will take out a small notebook and write subtle male dominance. Very interesting in those species.
All right, to figure out who's the dominant buck of the herd.
So actually, Clog, being that you come from town, you might know something about Neil. So Neil is part of an organization known as the Blood Hand, a mafia-type group that came to town maybe a couple of months ago for some strange reason. It doesn't seem like there's a good reason they'd be here for what they usually do, because they're a pretty well-known organization throughout the Empire. But yeah, they came here a few months ago, and apparently they had caused some problems, but that was before the big hobgoblin attacks. So you assume they're still here. Obviously they are, because Neil's still here.
Yep. So I would say, so Neil, I can see that you and your brotherhood are still here.
Brotherhood? Huh. I guess that's one way to put it. But yes, my people are still in town. I'm glad to see you're still alive too, Clog. I was worried when we stopped seeing you for Friday night drinks.
Ah, I didn't know if this was a safe place to come. At least not as safe as you might think or want it to be.
Says no, it's probably not, but they haven't breached the gates yet, so we've been holding up. It's a lot safer and it's a lot better now that we have those supplies in. Again, thank you, contractors.
I wasn't think that the threat came from the outside, but never mind.
I'll stick out my hand. Foreful, with the contractors. What's you say your name's Neil?
He says, yes, my name is Neil. I come to speak with you all about a possible employment opportunity. My employer was very impressed by your getting the supplies into town, and she thinks that.
Sorry.
Go ahead. She
go ahead.
They think there might be a possibility of us all working together if that interests you.
Who's your
Legal,
employer?
I assume.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
You would have to speak to her, though, about the details. I don't know exactly what she wants from you.
Who's your employer?
Well,
He says, well, she is willing to meet you if you want to follow me. I can bring you to her, and she can tell you more.
We're pretty busy today. You got tomorrow free?
I don't mind going.
No, you're coming.
He looks.
I don't
No,
know.
aren't you going to a map?
He looks at Kite. He looks at the group. He says, well, she is free for a bit. But yes, we could probably speak with you all tomorrow.
Maybe later. I'm just guys.
I could go
I'm just trying
today.
to I'm just trying to postpone it, make it look like on our top priority. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well-
we're kind of already booked for today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we got time later, we'll let you know. Where
Says,
can
of
we
course,
find ya?"
of course. I'll come to you later in the evening and check back in.
Yeah, but if we're not around, where can we find you?
He says, well, I'd rather not give away my location, so I'll find you.
Why not? What's so secretive about your location?
He just kind of smiles and says, as I said, I'll find you. And he says, it was good to meet you all. I will speak with you later. And he's going to take
flex
off unless
my-
anyone...
X also when he's leaving.
Alright, you flex at him. He just gives you a smile and a nod.
When he leaves, Clog would turn to the group and say, that was a very impressive way to handle him. He tries to be a bully. They all try to be bullies. And so to make them wait is the best thing to do instead of
That's what I
kowtowing
was
to it.
thinking. Yes, Clog. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. Like, they're whatever, you know? We'll see,
Yes.
maybe. But Clog, do
Exactly.
you know this guy? Well, I guess I'm kind of asking the DM more, because I know you don't actually know, but... Like,
I would say I don't know him, but I know his kind. I know that
Yeah,
he is part of a
Bloodhand.
new group in town, the Bloodhand, and they, they try to pretend that they're helping the people and protecting the people, but it comes with a
Not
cost.
really.
So you would probably all at least have heard of the Bloodhand. If you have backgrounds in criminal organizations, you might know more about them.
Yes, yeah.
What kind of cost? You said it comes with a cost. Interesting. With a cost like money?
So sorry,
Yes.
what were you saying? I think Kite, you were saying
Kite.
something?
I think I may know more about them. I do have
Yeah, I think Kite, you definitely know something about them, most likely.
Okay.
So you would know, Kite, that they are a criminal organization of some renown, very powerful, dangerous to have as enemies. They are pretty good to their word, though. Generally, when dealing with them, if you have an agreement, they'll honor it. There are
Yes.
different factions around the Empire, all kind of operating independently, but it is rumored that there is a faction head that coordinates them all, but not much is known about that. Because, as I said, being that they operate independently, even the people in the Bloodhand don't know completely about the organization.
And would it, like...
That's what Kite would
We'll
know.
talk-
I don't know how much he's going to tell you, but...
Would it be
Okay.
useful to talk to, like, we're pretty known, and, like, I've made friends with, like, the guards and the bartender. Would it be useful to, like, talk to them about this group at all, or would I get any, like, new info? Or really?
No, they are quite secretive in amongst themselves as an organisation, and asking too many
Right.
questions about them isn't advised. But they are good
but
to
I
their
don't-
word, though. They are
As the contractors, we don't care about that. Like,
honourable. I put a deal's a deal. A contract's a contract.
So,
Alright, well, maybe if we see him later, we'll talk to him.
Yeah.
all right. Well, what does the group want to do? You said you were going to split up. Kite, you were going to go work on the maps, or?
Yes.
I think the rest wanted to go to the Blackwater estate.
Or
Yeah.
Blackwater.
All right.
But
So
what time is it?
it's
'Cause I
pretty
need to-
early. At this point, I'd say it's probably about 10:30 in the morning.
What time did the guy say he was coming? The alchemist guy.
He didn't say he was coming. He just said, I believe, to meet him at his stall tomorrow, and he'd have something.
How did he?
for
I
you.
thought he said he would. Oh, I thought he was coming. Okay, no worries. Okay then.
Because I
Then
don't
we can go to
remember
Blackwater
you.
then.
Yeah, I don't remember you telling him where to meet you. I think he just said, "Come back tomorrow, and I'll have it."
All right.
So you're heading. So part of the party is heading to Blackwater's estate. Where is Kite going?
If Fog is willing to help, I'm willing to finish the maps at the Maplewood Inn, and just
Yeah, that's
wait for the
So you're gonna-
Neil to come back.
All right, so you're
So-
gonna kind of sit at the bar and work on the maps.
Yes.
Yeah, Clog was going to stay with him and help. That was the idea.
All right, so Clog is staying here.
To help
I
Kite
believe-
with the maps.
Upper Yorn and Forful are going. Correct?
All right, so we're splitting the party a little bit more than I thought. So let me mark where everyone is. So Clog is here. Kite is here. And the other three are going up there, up to Blackwater, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
All right, so it is pretty close to 2, so this might be a good place to end and then go into what happens next time. Why don't we do MVP votes?
Send it to you on Discord because I keep screwing it up.
This is the command in case anyone forgot. He sent it on Discord. Okay. I got 3, 4. I think I need one more vote. So 4 full. It was pretty split vote, but 4 full with 2 votes. You are MVP.
Good.
Congrats. So yeah, I guess next week we will continue. I hope everyone had fun.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
You as well. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right, take some notes. I hope everyone watching enjoyed as well, and I will see you all next time. Don't forget to follow me or subscribe.